and welcome back to another great night here on the Freedom Revolution Network. This is Clarity After Dark. I am your host, Scarlet Anonymous, and I have Tim Parsons here with me live. So, hello, welcome.
Hello.
I'm glad to have you here. So, we're live.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it. And where's everybody?
Okay, everybody will start popping in here as we go, and then, let's see. Usually, Red's here with us, but tonight I have you. So,
Aren't you lucky?
I am lucky, aren't I? Yeah. So, we have Tim here with us tonight, and he's going to we're going to talk about anything, everything, all the things, and you guys can definitely make your comments there in the chat and let us know what you think. But we're here live, and Tim decided to come visit me this weekend. Tim came all the way up here and decided to come spend his time with me, Scarlet. So I feel very, honored for that. So thanks for coming, Tim.
You're welcome. Thank you for accepting me.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I? Like we always say here on the Freedom Revolution Network, we're family. And so why wouldn't I invite my family to come see me, especially now when I'm in my new place, we're in the new homestead. We've got the new studio space here, which is pretty nice. I'm pretty sure that you're going to have to mute that.
It's working, though.
Yeah, it is working.
Okay,
yeah.
We're good. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, we're good.
We had some technical difficulties, but we figured it out.
We did. We figured it out. We made it work. Okay. Hello, Darren. Hey, TLO. What's up, my
From
friend?
Australia, mate. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, Darren. Darren gives us a lot of tips.
Does he?
Yeah, and he sends things in. See, Tim got rid of Facebook. So you would have to email Tim at like the original Red Pill Show at
because I'm a product and they're selling me.
Yes.
And I told him to piss off.
Yeah, so Tim got off the Facebook, and so he's not doing that anymore. Welcome, TLO. We love you. We love you. Glad that you could join us here. So, we've got a lot of things going on. It's been a crazy, crazy month for all of us, and, it's been lots of new beginnings and new things. And we do have the phone number, so hold on, let's see. I got to go to your phone number. What's your name?
That ain't. Who the hell is that?
I don't know. Somebody else does.
Well, it's 815.
Okay, hold on. Well, we can go to your brand too, and I bet it's in
It's
there.
on there?
Yeah, it probably is under
Should do the show from the phone all the time.
I thought you knew about this.
No.
What? Well, no.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Phone number. Is that it? Okay. It's gotta be somewhere, right?
I would think.
Yeah, I think it got deleted. It might have got deleted. So yeah, you can just say the number, and then I'll fix them.
Okay, if you guys want to call in the show, it's 815-290-0912.
Oh,
and then we should hear you on here on my phone.
Yeah, and everybody will hear you then.
And you can interact.
Yes, with us live on Clarity After Dark. We
like
do like that. Hi, Casimiro. Welcome. We like to see you here. We like to see everybody here. We've been paying attention to a few things. I've been kind of off the grid the last few days, honestly. I've been trying to get everything out of my old apartment. And so, to be honest, for like news day, I don't know if I've been really keeping up.
I haven't. I've actually been keeping my head out of the news with what's going on in the crazy the spots we were watching on TV or the commercials on the television with all the political ads flying around already. It's getting pretty ugly real quick.
It is. Yeah. Every other ad is, this person. Yeah, I did move. Yeah, we're here at the new place. Tim's here with me. So, yes, I have moved yet. So, yeah, that's why we're so excited, because Tim's the first person I've got to even entertain up here. So, it's quite exciting. You're my first visitor. Yeah, the first one, number one. Tim's number one, you guys. So, he came all the way out here to visit me. So, the invitation was open, for all of our Freedom Revolution, family to eventually, come and visit and, enjoy, because it's beautiful here.
Yes, yeah, absolutely breathtaking. I thought Denver, Denver's breathtaking too, but I've been out of the Midwest for a little while and coming up here and just seeing Minnesota nice and all the beautiful scenery and the trees and the colorama or whatever with the
Yeah.
leaves changing and everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, because we're probably right now in like up here, at least in this county, almost peak for fall colors. So you're seeing the best of the best. And they said this year because of the way that the trees pick up water and they were well watered, that you're going to see some of the best fall colors that we've had in many years.
I think it's a prime time to get your ass up here and see.
Yeah, Minnesota's beautiful. You don't
Yes,
think
it
about
is.
it, and you're like, oh, Minnesota, but it really is somewhere to visit and enjoy. And there's a lot to see here. There's many different places and many different feels. Because you said you've been here before to like Duluth and other places, and every place in Minnesota has a little bit different. It's just kind of the way it works around here. Everybody has their own style, and it's a little bit, like obviously we were out and about in many towns here today, right?
Yeah.
And there was no issues with not wearing a mask at all.
No, and actually people kind of didn't have them on in the business, and then they put them on as soon as somebody walked in, and it really wasn't a big deal.
No.
Wasn't like the mask police is out to confront you and handcuff you and detain you and send you off to jail if you're not wearing your mask. So I like that a lot. It's very it's respectable, but it's also casual.
Yeah,
The best way to
yeah.
explain it.
I think most people here embraced it because they don't want to go against the grain, right? Midwestern people. But at the same time, too, like you said, everybody was like, "Oh, I'm eating something. I'm sorry. I apologize." Like literally everywhere we were, and that's because we're afraid of Tim Jong Wal's mask police. Like that's real. Like it's real. They're around and they're not to be played with at this point. Like they're shutting down businesses here left and right. Like they'll send them into these businesses, and then as people get caught or whatever, oh yeah, it changed back there.
I don't mind. Clarity after midnight. Pretty close. Right at midnight.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. You've always wanted to say that live on Clarity After Dark.
Yeah. Especially on this show.
Yes, you've been waiting for this moment. I know.
Got it.
I know you did. Delivered it well. But it's beautiful here. We've been having a good time. We're going to enjoy more of Minnesota tomorrow, enjoy more of what there is to offer, and enjoy the last real weekend of summer that I'm going to have here. And then it's going to dip into the 50s.
Yeah.
Be cold.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming, and so everybody should start getting prepared. There's just some type of weird air about what's going on right now. Some people are worried about the second wave. Some people, but how is the second lockdown? Certain countries are concerned with this. So that's one thing that I think everybody's kind of watching for right now is how is this going to play out?
Who the hell knows?
Well, especially with the election, that's something like, Mel and I were talking the other day, and it really doesn't matter who wins or who loses right now. It's going to be some form of chaos either way. I don't think it really matters.
Well, if Trump wins, it'll be a bunch of dumbasses like it is. But if Biden wins, which I can't even possibly imagine, I think the guns are coming out.
Right.
So hopefully not being sarcastic. But
oh, that's terrible, Casimiro. Yeah, because you're down. Aren't you in Arizona? Where are you in California? If I'm not mistaken, I know that you had went, I know you're from somewhere in the Southwest. So
Nevada, maybe?
Maybe. He's an awesome listener.
I remember seeing him pop
Reno, Nevada. There you go.
There you go. Yeah,
Tim's right. Oh, Tim, you're on it. Yeah, we even got smoke up here where we were getting like some red sunsets and like, some smog, like with cloud cover all day because of this, wildfire, cover. So that's been happening up here. So that's something real. But probably not as bad as you guys are getting it straight from California. That would be terrible. All these places are on fire too. I feel sorry for all the people who are going through all of the fires out there because, I mean, people are losing their lives, their livelihoods when COVID-19 has already ruined so much. Here goes, fires, natural disasters, and more. And especially with, the seismic activity increasing, which I've been hearing, and I'm glad to see Dutch Sense back. I'm glad to see him with his website up. I'm glad to see that he's doing more updates and broadcasts. That's been brilliant. I've missed that. And when am I gonna get a milker? Cause yeah, I know. I was in the feed store the other day, Darren, and I was just telling Tim that I saw cow tags for ears, and I was so sad. I was like, oh, I missed the cows already, cause we just stopped milking like Sunday, so it'll be a week that I haven't been at the farm, so that's a big deal for me. Um, but I'm glad to see Dutch back because this is the time we need him. That's really important. Yeah, Dutch is cool. Dutch is a good guy. I appreciate Dutch Sense. I appreciate his forecast. I appreciate what he's done for the science community and for citizen science. He's created a community that cares about each other, that wants to, network together. And that's something rare that you don't find very often. This is why I also am a part of the Marfugel family, because these are groups, and that's why I created, that's why we were on Freedomizer. I mean, that's where we were before. And that's why we're on the Freedom Revolution Network now. We want groups of people who care about each other, who want to take care of one another, who want to work together to create something bigger than all of us, but show people, a different way, because there's so much arguing, there's so much infighting, there's so much, fakeness out there, that I think it's important that real people working together, we can show that there's groups. That's how Marfugel's Discord got shut down. He had one of the biggest Discords out there with like over 20,000 people, 50 state groups. People were meeting up all the time. Like, I just saw in my memories the other day that I was like, oh, had a great time at the Marfugel meetup, and they shut it down, and Discord won't even give it back to them. And they were like, look, we had one of the largest followings. We were using your platform, under terms of service. There really wasn't anything that was inappropriate.
Community guidelines, all that.
Yeah.
And they still shut them.
Shut them down. And I think it was because there were groups of people working together.
Yeah, God forbid.
Yeah, that in all the states they were, networking together, and that was some of the places where people had their only contact with one another.
Mm-hmm.
So then that kind of broke up whatever could have been, because these groups were supposed to be there for like shit hit the fan, like, and now you've got your state group, and you've got your people that you know, and you've got your people that you've met in person before, and that's what it was supposed to be about.
Your networking.
Yep.
Destroying your networking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's interesting. He says we were talking about. Remember that?
Yeah, I share my knowledge with everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's important because knowledge isn't something that you should be like hoarding, right?
Yep.
Like, that is something that I think that knowledge that's purchased, or knowledge that, is kept for whatever reason, I think that that is something that will have to stop in the future, just because if we don't start sharing knowledge with each other, we're going to lose it because they're trying to take it away. Now they've taken kids out of schools, right? They're burning all the books because they say, oh, the COVID is on the books, right? So they're getting rid of all the books in the library, so you can't even go to the library, Tim.
Of course, that's how you burn them now.
Yeah, see, that's how you create a digital revolution and change history. And then they can put in what they want, you see. And that's the problem, is now we can be in control of all of the knowledge, all of the learning, all of the everything without anyone knowing about it. And it's the great American takeover.
Well, at least when Hitler did it, he was admitting what he was doing. Now they're being very creative in hiding it under an illusion of COVID-19, just like everything else. Everything else is COVID-19's fault.
And it's hard, to stay on top of everything. And that's awesome that you take care of your parents. For many years, I took care of my parents, and now it's time for me to, take care of myself and take care of my family. Sometimes it comes to that point. But if it's at a certain point I need to take care of my parents again, I will, But for now, they're ambulatory and still, moving around. So, let them be. And so I think it's important because things are changing. I had showed Tim this sign that was in the store that I had mentioned to you guys recently about how they're like, oh, don't
Free
worry.
beer tomorrow?
Oh, no, free beer tomorrow.
Oh, the other sign.
The other sign that was in the grocery store that was talking about like food shortages, but in a way that's like, oh, don't worry about the lack of food that you see on the shelves. That has nothing to do with like lack of food on the shelves. Like it was like the most asinine thing you've ever saw, right? Like because it was just like, how do you go and say there's no food shortage, but don't be alarmed by no food on the shelf?
Right.
Isn't that a food shortage at that point?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, don't look over here. Don't look over here. Okay. Okay.
What's up, Mike? We've got Tim's here live. Mike. Yeah, Tim's here live with us. So
I took a wrong turn in Loveland. I ended up in Minnesota. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Right. We're having a live show.
What the hell's going on?
What's going on in here? A good time. So, I mean,
it's Clarity After Midnight. How many times we got to tell you that? Right?
It's 12:09 Central Standard Time. So
12:09, yes.
Yeah. So, it's that time for Clarity After Dark.
Bedtime.
Well, yeah, it's probably usually Tim's bedtime, but he's here in Minnesota with me.
Driving 8 hours today.
Yeah, you got up at the crack of dawn.
4:30 I've been up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like old man hours. I don't get up that early.
And not tomorrow. I can promise you that.
No, you can sleep in. I have no problem with that. We'll let you sleep in. How about that?
That's fine. Yeah. Is Mike still doing a show, the Freak Child thing, or what?
Yeah, the Freak Child experience. That's still happening.
There you go. You got to plug that.
Yeah, it is a magic trick. We installed some freaky AI, right?
Mm-hmm. A transporter from. You mean for me being here? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a transporter.
I know it's probably a trippy thing because usually we're a split screen, right?
Yeah,
but we're here like live with each other, like.
Actually, this is a split screen.
Right.
I'm really not here. Right. There's a wall here.
Right.
No.
But
it's nice.
Yeah.
Nice surprise for me. It was like a last minute thing, actually. Like last weekend, we decided.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was like last weekend. Yeah, and you were like
Florida.
Yeah, you were like, I'm coming up, and I was like, yeah, come on. Mm-hmm. I've been telling everybody, and everybody's like, yeah, I'll come up. But like I told
I'm the first. I get the prize.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. So I think it's good. I'm glad Tim's here. Tim does the original Red Pill show here on the Freedom Revolution Network.
About once a month right now.
Right.
I'm working on things.
Yeah. And as soon as you get settled again, then I think you'll be, because you've got about just enough time to get yourself down to Florida and then, started. Because, Tim's moving. Tim's a free spirit right now, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Tim's a free spirit right now.
Yeah, 12 times in the past 5 years.
I know.
It's enough.
I'm sorry.
Life.
It is life.
You adapt or die.
That's true. And I think what you're doing, though, allows you to get to see different parts of life right now, to kind of see where people are at in the collapse.
Well, it's coming, guys. I don't want to be gloom and doom, but Colorado is going to be on lockdown again, and I just didn't like what was going on out there. And actually, Florida today, I don't know if it's on any of the news things, but the governor mandated or ordered all the businesses to be open 100%.
Tim sucks.
I suck? Thanks, Mike. Time sucks.
Time sucks. We're going to put that up.
And hopefully Florida's
Time sucks.
Florida's setting an example for everybody, because without businesses, we're cooked anyway.
Well, that's just it. Like, Facebook's made that. Have you seen the Facebook small business commercial? You might see it when you're up here because you might see it on the TV. Okay. But it's a commercial from Facebook, and they play like this catchy tune, right? And then they're like, we gotta help like these small businesses like in the next 3 months. They're going to collapse.
Yeah.
And if we don't help our small community businesses, of which we did support our small community businesses today, we did. We went to many different places.
You don't have a choice. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but they were good places.
No, they were great. Yeah, all the little towns we went to was really. The butcher was awesome.
Yeah.
The liquor store was good.
Well, yeah, I gotta be able. I just got off grid and bought an expensive camper, moved my crap halfway across the state, and I'll get a new camera. And I have a camera. I just need to get a new computer, and I'm gonna get a computer very soon.
We spent a half hour trying to set stuff up with a laptop, and it's laptop is from like 1998.
Right. So we tried, and it let me go all the way through till we got to the broadcast studio, which I feel like StreamYard, please just tell people if your equipment is appropriate or not before when you log in. Because by then you should be able to say like, hey, your browser is not optimized for this, blah, blah, blah. Then I don't have to go through all that crap.
Yes.
Right? So that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Um,
I literally just drove back from the wedding, packed up my shit, and I left. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one there.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I don't know about these things. But, you heard they did that's fine. Yeah, you don't book face Zombie Family. Yeah, I feel that. But people don't. And Tim doesn't. So.
I don't want
Facebook.
Nope.
No, I don't book face. So that's like, I don't Facebook.
Book fake. It's good.
Yeah. 2 casinos here got fined. See, yeah.
For what?
Probably masks or something. Because that's what they do now. They send out their little COVID squads and try to shut down whatever business you do have. That's their new thing. They do that here.
The mask, please. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so he's punishing casinos for not having funds for the state. So that, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like, I get it, but why people, okay, you got to think about the demographic of the casino, right? Who goes to a casino? Would you mind giving me a drink?
Yeah, what?
Give me the salt there. That's fine. Thank you. Think about a demographic of the casino. And what age group usually goes to a casino?
Older people?
Mm-hmm. And what are the one thing that the media is telling that demographic people?
That if they don't wear a mask, they're going to die.
Yeah, and what should they do? Stay home.
Yeah, not go out.
Right. So, can you understand why they might not be, utilizing casinos at this point? I could see why they're not utilizing casinos at this point, and governors shouldn't be mad that people aren't coming out one way or the other, aren't making money, whatever it is, because I would hope that casinos would have thought of reserve or some type of situation or made it easier for these businesses to exist. Because if they're going to complain about what they make, they needed to make it easier for them to exist without these crushing mandates and only 25%, capacity and outdoor seating and, 6-foot social distance at slot machines that are usually like 1.5 feet apart.
Yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't be in a casino like that, and you can't survive in any business.
It does seem like the whole FRN family is doing this, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, Mel did it, right?
Mel did it.
Mm-hmm.
I did it.
Yep.
We're all doing it.
And it wasn't planned, so it was very spontaneous. I did not plan on leaving Colorado, but things were pointing pointing in the direction of getting the hell out of there. And I came home from a wedding from a friend of mine and talked to him and literally drove back from the wedding, resigned from my job, rented a U-Haul, and I was gone the next day. Yeah. Out.
True.
Yeah. And now I'm probably heading to Florida, where they're handling this, in my opinion, much better. And my intuition and listening worked because, like I said, the governor of Florida just today mandated all businesses are 100% open and it cannot be overridden.
Are you serious?
What's that?
The joke.
Oh my God.
No special. Thank you.
I can go get my InfoWars, man.
No. 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 Let's not. I feel like we have some social distance. I
got enough.
I have a big chair. Enough space.
It's really not that. damn camera on that
It
phone.
probably does make it look very close together.
We're pretty.
What I mean? But we are.
I mean, we're pretty. You know,
yeah.
3 feet.
Yeah.
Not 6.
Not 6, but
yeah.
3 feet. Good enough. Mike, you would pick on us for that.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's been interesting. I mean, it's been an interesting week for news. We've seen everything from, all this Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Did you see how people were almost like rioting the first night?
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting.
Well,
They were at the Supreme Court. People were yelling at each other with bullhorns, and it got pretty intense.
Yeah, because they don't want a conservative right judge, and
well, because they know that it's going to affect the election.
Exactly.
And that the votes are going to be now tipped one way.
Yep.
Because Trump's not going to not pick a conservative justice. I mean, I just don't see that not happening. Yeah, see? That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got a I got a really attractive offer, and I'm heading down there next month actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike, you're right. I mean, it's more money than I was making in Colorado. But mind you, I just got this job offer not even a week ago. And I went down there for a trip and went on an interview and saw a friend or two. Came back to Illinois, and I had an offer on the table on email to hire, letter of intent to hire, and very attractive package. And I just think, I go by my gut. We were talking about this earlier. I've asked for guidance and assistance and prayed about this kind of stuff. And originally, that's what led me to Colorado, and it worked out for 2.5 years until COVID fucked everything.
True.
Which everybody's telling me, well, it fucked things up everywhere. But that's true. But I'm paying attention and was paying attention to people that handled it correctly.
Right.
On a state level, state government leadership, or their lack of.
Well, and Polis enacted the Stafford Act, which I just felt was like the next level, because that's martial fucking law. Bottom line, point blank, period. And not all states enacted the Stafford Act.
Yes.
And Polis specifically asked for it, and it was granted by Trump, which also bothers me, because that should have never been granted. True states that are free, if they're asking the federal government, can we enact the Stafford Act, which has to do with federal government and support, why would Trump do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes no damn sense. That's what's part that's bothered me this whole time, that nobody really wants to talk about. That we've been kind of like half skirting around, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, like, that's the whole deal. Oh, I'm also an Aquarius kid now. Did you know that? Aquarius in the house. Hey. Yeah, no, I'm also an Aquarius. But it makes you wonder, though, when you really think about that. Like, what the hell is Trump doing?
Maybe he's trying to make him look bad because he's a Democrat.
Yeah, but then is it also like a power-hungry move? You know what I mean? Because he like wants martial law on all of us. Like, it doesn't matter what scenario it is to call it.
Yeah, because I think Trump hasn't taken any federal action to let these governors, especially in blue states, hang themselves, because we do have an election right around the corner. Right. And it's going to show their lack of leadership, which is going to make the Republicans look good. Like a chess strategy. That's what I think.
Right, but then
this is a fuck.
Yeah, he is though. He is, and he, by the time he was a young man, he had created 2 multi-million-dollar businesses, right?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he sold these multi-million-dollar businesses in the first like .com bubble, right? Mm-hmm. And then made all this money, and then became a politician. He's like one of the 6 richest politicians in the United States. Oh, also, let's talk about Ron Paul, y'all. Ron Paul had a stroke today. Did y'all see this? Because I feel like that needs to be talked about. That was big. Ron Paul had a stroke on a live stream. And it was during his own live stream. And he was having like stroke-like symptoms. And like his followers started like alerting him, right? Like, Ron Paul, you're having like a stroke, you know? And then the live stream, I know, it's so fucked, isn't it? Then the live stream abruptly ends. And then the next thing we get to see, though, is him in the hospital giving thumbs up, like, I'm okay, I'm cool, you know, it's good. Oh, the Freak Vision 2020 on election night. Oh, you do election coverage? Well, that's exciting. I should show up in your election coverage. That would be nice. I'll have to get a computer by then. but that would be good. I usually have covered the election in the past. Um, I think Proof and I were on air the last election.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just happened to be that we were on air together. It was our co-host.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we covered the election.
What are
And
you
we
gonna
called
do?
it very early in the night.
Did you?
Yeah, we did. Oh, that's on record.
Huh.
So that's always nice.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about doing the show sometimes, because you're like, no, you can go back and look. I said that, and I said that was gonna happen.
Right.
So
What are you gonna be doing, Mike? Exactly. Besides counting electoral votes.
hi, McTow. Oh, I'm going in person to vote.
Mail your votes so it ends up burning in a field somewhere by the
Right,
fucking
or
post
the
office.
mail people throwing them out of their vehicle, or double counting. I don't know. People have been getting a lot of double mail ballot applications and mail ballots themselves. But one of my friends got 9. Her husband got 9 different ones, and it's like, and they were all in different names and addressed to their address. So if they really were like a sneaky person or were really like vindictive and were like, no, I want my candidate to win, you could have filled out all 8 of those ballots, right? And sent all 8 of those
Probably
ballots
did.
in. And how many people is this happening to? Why, that's my question. Oh, yeah, no.
Cushion.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get comfortable.
Yeah, because that's why I put it.
You put it there for me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. Very appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm voting by smoke signal. I mean, that's how I feel like you have to almost. Like, we do live in the land of horse and buggy, so I guess, like, it's, it's that way.
Cows and rocks.
Rocks and cows. Hashtag rocks and cows. There is the Rocks and Cows of the North organization that is here in Minnesota that is, again, Governor Wells is tyrannical reign over us. So you should check them out and support them. And also support us here on the Freedom Revolution Network. If you like what we do, please go to freedomrevolutionnetwork.com. Hit the donate button. And you can donate to my show, Clarity After Dark, or the original Red Pill show, or the network as a whole. So we appreciate that. Yeah, make America fun again, right? Calling other crap, but paneling up to make fun of it again. Yeah, because I mean, it's going to be a shit show, you guys. It's probably going to be good. We should try to get some split screen shit so we can cover probably all the riots and shit that are going to happen, because I feel like everybody's in riot season still. And so we're going to see more of that coming up to the election. So I just feel like it's going to be like wild on election night. And I'm going to be like in my little, country bubble.
Vote early and vote often, and have them locked and loaded, because it's going to be, I mean, no matter who wins, there's shit's going to hit the fan.
Yeah.
Just depends on who wins and what side does what. And with that, here, we were talking about this in the car, though, or in the truck.
Right.
So if there's going to be, this is all okay, this is all, make believe.
Right.
Okay. If there is a revolution, who would be the rebels?
It's a good question.
I really don't know. Well, that's all perspective. It's kind of like Star Wars. If you're a Star Wars fan, who's the Empire and who's the rebels? Well, that's obvious. But it could be perceived as, it could be flipped depending on the cause of the revolution and the rebellion of the revolution. So, because it's interesting to me, I think Trump and everybody else are the rebels, and the Democrats and Biden think they're the rebels because we're rebelling against Trump. I think, right?
Great. Yeah, I'll be a panelist. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be the panelist too. What? Is he asking for him?
Yeah. He needs 4 remote panelists.
I'm in.
Yeah. You need 2 more then.
Is that election night? Is it the 3rd, November 3rd?
Yeah, November 3rd.
November 3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be all set up in Florida by then.
Yeah, you should. That'll be like a couple weeks after. You should be good. I know. I would look at the calendar too.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, it should.
For me.
Yeah.
So not for anybody. Not calculator. Calendar. Yeah, November 3rd.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
Oh, look, it says the Civil War.
Right. Because I feel like that's what's going to be, though. Like, yeah, see what's good and what's bad. Who's good? who's bad. Oh, is it the
Right.
4th, November 4th? I thought it was the 3rd.
No.
I thought it was always Tuesday. Is it the
No, it's the 3rd.
Wednesday?
November 3rd.
Yeah, see, November 3rd. Yeah, it does say on his phone that it's November 3rd.
November 3rd.
Yeah, hold on. Let me show them.
Sure.
Election day. So, there's that. So, I mean, because I feel like something's going to happen. We're already seeing it. Like Casimiro said, it's starting again in Los Angeles.
Is it?
Yeah, and Kentucky has still been going at it since the Breonna Taylor case.
Louisville, right?
Yep. Which I don't blame them. Because how are you going to give wanton endangerment for shooting a bullet in someone else's apartment? I don't care if the boyfriend was shooting. That means she's a criminal and should die. How does that explain that?
Right.
The bottom line, point blank, in the period. Because he's alive, she is not. So how does that explain that? Even if he is this drug dealer, even if he is all this or that, was he a violent drug dealer? Because unless he was a violent drug dealer, I feel like we need to leave people live and let die, right? Because once you become violent, then I think you should take them out. But like, let's say I hit a platform and I was going to be president, I would make all drugs legal, and as long as you're not a violent offender or slitting throats for drugs, like, we should let people live and let live. Obviously increase, harm reduction centers and increase, counseling and things like that. But I think if we would like stop the criminal behavior that feeds it and all the things that go along with, prohibition, then that stops a lot of the allure. That stops a lot of the, the reason why people do things, right?
And the people that have been convicted for that stuff should have their record expunged.
Well, yeah, MGTOW, look. MGTOW says race war, dollar collapse, nuke detonated in the sky, invasion by Russian and Chinese forces, because they're at the.
Really? I've heard rumors of that.
Yeah, that's what they say. I mean, I don't know for sure, but
we got to go and find out.
Right?
I guess,
like I can't say 100%, but what's just what we hear.
Got to be true.
Yep.
It's on the internet.
It's on the internet.
It's on Facebook.
It's on the internet. It's got to be true. And then march to FEMA camps. If you don't renounce God, you get the guillotine. I had saw an article.
Ooh.
Now, you know what? I had started an article, so I'm gonna build on what MGTOW just said. The article that was from like this news break or whatever. I don't know if they're a real site satire or what, but they said that the one vaccine trial participant in the UK AstraZeneca trial, right, said that after the shot, they felt like their soul died.
Ooh.
And like God was removed from them.
Or could it be?
Right.
Could be.
So if that is true, that article, right? And see what I mean? How MGTOW says if you don't renounce God, you get the guillotine. Well, what if all these people who get the coronavirus vaccine have that? Because there was this YouTube video that I think is still up where there's this scientist who explains how they're creating like this like vaccine that can take God out of your like brain centers, and so that would affect your faith and your ability to have faith, right?
I would say yes.
Yeah. So that's something to think about.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then he says, "Oops, nope, I'm wrong. Fuck, gonna change my hands."
That's great.
Oh, I love you, Mike.
Don't feel bad, Mike. That's why I checked, because I've done the same thing, believe it or not.
Oh, that's classic. I love it. We love you, Mike. Freak child experience here.
I hope you didn't spend a lot of money on printing.
No,
right.
This time he fucking got like a 20-foot banner and shit. Like, and he says that's the order of events from now till 2024, which they believe in 2023. If you follow the pole shift, that the pole shift will happen in 2023. So then you have the magnetic pole shift occurring, where then areas that are colder will turn a little bit warmer. So, like, this area might be, let's say, more temperate than even potentially, like, Florida. With the magnetic pole shift, you're going to get different, polarities.
Oh, it's
going to be gonna change.
Instant weather change. The equator is going to be changed. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not doing no COVID vaccine.
Nope.
Me and Tim already talked about that. We were like, no. We're going to be one of those people. We're not. People are saying on the internet, there's this meme going around that was like, people who don't want to wear masks should be denied the COVID vaccine. And I was like, ooh, sign me up.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all I got to do.
Perfect.
not get blacklisted or can't buy anything or whatever they're saying. That
COVID passport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part that scares me the most is the COVID passport.
You're in quarantine
Yeah.
forever.
But that's why you need to learn how to barter with your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you need to learn how to hunt. You need to know how to forage. You need to know how to get your own food, plant food. You know, I do a lot of gardening. It's very easy to learn. It's not hard. You can do container boxes. A gardenpatch.com has the perfect starter, like brown thumb kit that anybody can use, indoor, outdoor. You can plant anything in there. It'll literally grow anything, fruit trees, watermelons, corn, like literally whatever you want, potatoes, whatever the hell you want to grow. It will grow that shit. So, with that being said, that is something that everybody should get, right? And he says, don't forget large earthquakes and fires. Yes, because as the earth keeps venting, we know that there's a lot of plate movement. We know that especially the West Coast is very primed and ready for some action to occur. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. And we don't know when that's going to happen. So there's that. So
that's been predicted for a long time now. I mean, it should have happened around the year 2000.
Right.
The Earth shifted its axis. Whether it's going to be a little slurp to the side or either side or a full reversal, which I doubt.
Right.
But it's probably going to go 90 degrees one way or the other.
Well, if you want to follow people like, let's say, like Zeta Talk, right? They say that it's going to be like, you know, some pretty bad shit. Like it's going to be full polar reversal. Everybody's going to have to like run for the hills. Like it's going to be like 3 days of darkness.
It's going to flip.
Yeah.
The Earth is going to flip.
Yeah. 3 days of darkness.
Well, the sun will stand still. It'll be like either dark all the time or light, or
3 days of darkness, and there's a rotation. Let me look it up. Because if you've never heard of it, I'll show you. I just need to get to the browser, so then you can go to zetatalk.com. All right, Tim. No one cares.
I do.
Pole shift is happening because we're moving 4 degrees towards magnetic north right now, every single month. So, but Zeta talks about this event that's outside of those two events that I'm going to explain if you guys haven't heard about it. Oh, a soldier at a military Air Force base found building had a base had 10,000 guillotines. That's interesting.
What am I looking for now?
Zetatalk.com.
What's it spelled?
Zetatalk.
Zetatalk.com.
All right, so they talk about pole shift, okay, and then let's see. I gotta find the actual explanation because there's so many links to a bunch of different crap.
Yeah, that's been a theory for, and actually, it's happened.
This woman has been around for like 25 years. She was on like Art Bell. Mm-hmm. She was on like, let's see if I can actually find it.
The Earth does not flip.
I don't know.
The Earth and us are powered by an electric machine, and it will reverse. When that happens, gravity will be suspended for a while. The Earth does not flip. Okay,
here's the deal.
Okay.
Zeta Talk last week's countdown. Now, this was written in 2010, right? So you've got the 9-day severe wobble, right? 4.5 days static lean to the left. Mm-hmm. Then you get 2.5 days progression towards 3 days of darkness, right? Which is talked about in the Bible, right? Then you get 3 days of darkness. Mm-hmm. Then you get 6 days of sunrise west. Then you get 18 days of slowing rotation and about 6 days of rotation, right? And this happens.
It's going to stop rotating. It's going to fuck up gravity a little bit, I would think, right?
Right. But when it talks about like when, you know, Planet X, and if you want to believe in Planet X theory and all these other things come to basically a head, mm-hmm. It moves as far right as possible to evade the ever-increasing particle crowding, but is still outbound steadily. Thus, visibility is enhanced, and second sun sightings are common, which a lot of people are talking about right now, right? This is the start of the 7.3-week period we described, but people would see it like unmistakably everywhere. Like you couldn't hide it, right? And they say Venus escapes the cup, the dark twin escapes the cup, and the dance of many becomes a deadlock grip by Planet X on the Earth. No longer an issue of the Earth wobble or temporary leans to the left into opposition sufficing. This is a twitching about compared to the last week. If the years and months of the Earth wobble were the wrestlers and the positioning themselves at the edge of the mat, then the last weeks are full contact, and neither can let go of the other. In this case, Planet X wins. Then they talk about how the crop circles depict how these actual events are going to occur, and that it shows you like where planets are more so than a mess, which kind of made sense with what crop circles, right? That is a planetary coordinate than a message or word.
Really?
Yes, that's what they say. So if we're gonna follow that theory, right? Okay. So then they talk about basically, it slows down, it's drawn toward Planet X, and then, it slows down, and then in the last week, that's what happens. And it flings its North Pole to the
Planet
right.
X is coming again?
Well, yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, and she's been doing these predictions for like years.
Okay.
So that's what she said. So if we want to go with that, you could say that could be occurring. But we know that magnetic north is going towards 40 degrees, right? So regardless of what the Earth can actually do or not do, whether we want to argue or not, it's still moving toward 40 degrees. Okay. Towards Russia.
So magnetic north is moving right now.
Yes. At least 4 degrees every single month.
Okay, so if it keeps moving, because I never even thought about this, if it keeps moving and it goes to a point so far out of alignment, then is that going to make the Earth rotate back to its right position?
Yeah, is it going to make a wobble?
Right. I mean, why?
Is it going to be violent wobbles?
Yeah, I mean, is it going to physically move the pole, or is the pole going to move first and then physically move the Earth?
Or is the pole move magnetically somewhere else? Where north
or flip a reversal, too.
Right, like, or north is just somewhere else, where like
your
compass, because GPS, remember about a year ago they had to reset GPS.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
And that's why, because magnetic moving the whole time. So that's why they had to reset GPS. They're going to have to do it again, which is why everybody should get good at maps and compasses and, learning stars, so that because, the Egyptians had a different North Star than we did. Okay. So, and our North Star will probably change again because of, right, and you're moving away. Magnetic north will change, so your North Star will be a new
different
star
position.
Yeah.
It'll be in the same position, but different perspective because the Earth.
Right. Oh, Dwayne, bitch ass. Dwayne!
What? I told you I was talking in 45 minutes.
We
talked about this last night.
Are we going to hear him?
I don't know how we're going to hear Dwayne. Let's see.
Call in.
Maybe you should call in, Dwayne, because we couldn't figure out how to do the headphones on this. So call in Tim's number. Tell him the number.
I can't.
815-290.
My Google Voice got banned.
Call that.
And my phone's deactivated.
No, stop talking, Dwayne. We can't hear you.
Might as well do sign language.
We can't talk to
you. Hear you.
No, we can't.
Nope.
There you go.
There you go.
Sometimes he needs to be helped. He'll call.
Really?
He will. Or he'll try to call.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna help.
No, because I can't answer it. Right. Yeah. But that'll be... Right.
Yep, and he does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him on speaker. There you go.
No, there you go, Dwayne. And then you could come back and mute yourself, and then it would probably work. But
there we go.
All right.
Can hear him with the mic here, the phone. Try that.
Yeah, I'm sure they could have.
This is half-ass budgeting equipment problems at the network, so donate now.
If you don't want to see our low-budget quality productions,
yes,
please help us.
No, you're good. I'm still in the StreamYard so I can see comments and stuff.
Oh, okay, cool. We just couldn't hear you because we couldn't figure out how to get like the headphones to also work in here, but we got like all the sound to come out and sound good, so that was good.
Have you checked your settings lately?
Yeah, I have checked my settings, Dwayne. Thank you. Kim.
Yeah. we checked it all. We tried using a laptop from. It has Windows 95 on it,
Right.
so the browser's like, yeah.
It's not that bad.
Well,
but
it's
pretty
it's
bad.
Windows XP,
It's pretty bad.
so it's early 2000,
Early
no,
2000.
late 90s actually, because Windows 2000. I don't know, whatever. It's antiquated.
Right.
It won't work. You can't even upgrade.
The funny thing is I can hear y'all.
Well, yeah, you're on the phone.
Yeah.
I know you can probably hear us through streamer. Yes, because we have a mic hooked up.
Right, we're all good for audio out. We just can't take audio in.
Which is why we had to have somebody call. But it was.
That's why we're not wearing headphones or nothing, because we can't hear nothing.
Right.
So, and we're doing this on. It is bullshit, because I brought all my equipment stuff too, but I forgot she didn't have a working computer. Otherwise, I would have brought my laptop, but that's a whole different thing. So now we're being creative as we go.
Yep. Gotta do
So
creative
what's
things.
the topic if you guys don't? What are you guys talking about if you don't need to ask it?
Living in Minnesota where there's just fucking rocks and cows. That's
right?
it.
Well, it was just basically like open topic, I guess.
Open topic. We're just
whatever.
I don't know, because it was this wasn't even planned. What?
Open topic?
Yeah.
Yeah, like open lines, like.
Open topic. How about we fucking talk about what Trump said the other day, that he's not going to transition piece of power easily.
Yeah, that was kind of shit.
Yeah, it's not appropriate, but.
Well, donate, and we can make the show look amazing. I'm trying. Okay,
Yeah,
we've upgraded a little bit. Okay, I've got at least some light boxes in here. You should see what I'm working with. You should see what type of building I'm even in. Okay, to make this even possible. Okay, Thank you. And people would be like, "Damn, Scarlet."
You know what the funny thing would be? If you were in your trailer, you had the Bluetooth speaker.
I know I have the Bluetooth speaker in the trailer. We could have just sat in the trailer, but this is my new studio space, and it makes it nicer.
Nobody says nothing about the nice graphic in the back with the moon. I finally figured out how she makes that moonlight, and I'm not sharing her secret.
Never mind. I'm gonna shut up too, because I'm not sharing it either. I almost did.
Dwayne's a bitch, you guys. Look at him trying to ruin my show and all the trade secrets. Dwayne, your shitty friend. Shitty friend, Dwayne.
So as y'all could probably tell, my head's freaking full.
I know.
Yeah, well, that's really cool what you did. You should share that. I think.
Share what you did. While I eat my chocolate soup bar.
Today, I was on TikTok and I saw a little girl who is diagnosed with stage 3 leukemia. And there was about 5 people shaving their heads. I recorded it and posted it, and Patrick shaving my head.
Did Pat shave his head?
Yeah, Pat shaved my head.
Did Pat shave his head?
No, Pat didn't. Pat's too nappy and my clippers stopped working.
Oh my god. And you're bitching about what Trump says? Wow.
But anyway, so and also I shaved my head because I have medical testing coming up. But I saw this little girl, who's only 4 or 5 years old, losing her hair, shaving her head.
Right.
That's
yeah. And it's like this, when a little girl shaves her head, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Here's my mother's freaking charger box, because I feel like this shit's gonna discharge power.
Are we?
Right back.
We still got the moon though.
No, but no.
Just don't lose that moon, no matter what happens.
I know that'll be fine, but I just gotta go find the charger box that I have I charge my phone quickly.
Do you know what, Scarlet? Why don't you use Tim's phone?
Because you're talking on it. You're talking on it.
Oh, I guess. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, because we need Tim's phone for the call-in.
Yeah, we're taking phone calls on my phone through Google Voice because we couldn't get nothing to work.
Yeah.
So
have you guys tried using the StreamYard on Tim's phone?
No, damn it, Dwayne, you're not listening. So
no.
Okay, we'll see if that does it for a minute.
No,
just so if you don't charge your phone, you're gonna lose everything.
Shut up, Dwayne. I just said that. I don't need you to repeat what I already know.
I'm picking on you. It's Friday night.
Yeah. It's amazing the show is even being broadcasted, to be perfectly honest.
We make it work.
We barely got it to work.
One of our teeth.
Well, I came in, y'all were a bit choppy. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I could not understand.
We are in the middle of nowhere, Dwayne. Anybody, and your computer fucks up half the time in life anyway.
Hey, you know what? It's not this old computer because I fucking fixed it.
I'm surprised they have electricity, let alone you can get on the fucking internet out here. We're in the middle of nowhere.
So I do pretty damn good, and it looks nice.
And I was surprised by that too when Scarlet said she moved. You know, it was like the fact that she can still do her show. You know, it's amazing. And there she is drinking a White Claw. White Claw.
Oh, you switch? No, that's Corona.
It's a Corona.
The coronavirus.
Corona.
She's gonna get sick.
It's the Corona.
Corona.
She's switching it up on me. It's Corona in a can.
Yep. You just picked that up today, actually.
Yeah, me and Tim got those.
Yep.
Oh, this is
Corona,
weird.
you're switching up on me.
I was buying, so I bought Corona.
Yeah, that's what he got. This is weird. It's weird. I'm gonna go find that thing. I'll be back.
You have Corona. It's alright.
Shut up, Dwayne.
It's alright. Dwayne decided not to drink tonight because I can't.
Oh,
drink,
did
and my
you?
mom looked at me
You
like,
were gonna go out and go to like Buffalo Wild
You're
Wings?
gonna get yelled at.
Yeah.
Again.
I did go to B-Dubs. We had wings. We watched the game. I'm not even gonna talk about the fucking game because that's some fuckery.
What game?
The Madison Tigers versus St. Ignatius game.
Oh, okay.
My alma mater.
Okay.
I took Patrick out for dinner and football game and gave my mom some her time. She's probably tired of me being in the house.
Well, yeah. Oh shit.
Okay.
Which
you know
one
what's
is
going
it?
You've been on some bullshit lately. Don't come over here saying I'm on this bullshit.
Uh-oh.
Look, I didn't even say you're on bullshit, Dwayne.
That's what it sounded like. You're muffled. I can't hear you.
Well, I wasn't trying to be on. I'm trying to go get my little charger box so my shit doesn't die. Because that's the only thing that makes it fucking work better. That was the whole point to me. Why you always gotta be on some bullshit? See, you're the one on bullshit, Dwayne.
See, now she fucking said I'm on some bullshit.
Of course, because.
So, Tim, what do you think of Scarlett's little new setup?
I'm jealous. I love it.
You're jealous.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, because number one, she's got more shit than I got, which is a home and a roof over her head. And she's actually doing what she said she was going to do, her and her husband and her kids, and getting off grid and doing something that most people don't have the balls to do, including me to a point. I mean, I've moved 12 times, but I'm trying to still survive in civilization. And I just told her today, if this Florida thing don't work out in 14 months, I'm fucking coming here. Simple.
Hey, you know what? I don't blame you. I don't blame you because I'm kind of where it's at things. I told Scarlett things don't work with me and the fiance. I told Scarlett she wanted to well, if it doesn't work, you can come down here. I said, bet. You know, because with her being off grid, she doesn't have to deal with people. She doesn't have to.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to deal with people. She doesn't have to, be around a bunch of assholes.
Exactly. And I've been trying to elude assholes for the past, well, all my life, actually, but really especially the past 5-6 years. And I just refuse to engage in that. Of course.
You gotta do what you gotta do to survive at this point.
Of course, except when I do my show and I run into plenty of assholes. But see, then that's when I got to be an asshole. So her and I were talking about this because she was making dinner with a big fire outside, which was awesome. And it's like, I don't know when we're all going to learn where we all just can't get along. Why is it? Why is that so hard?
Because here's the thing, people don't want to let their pride and their ego down enough to do it.
Okay. Well,
because everyone's going like, oh, I can carry myself, my pride and my ego and act like a big fucking macho man. When in reality, they're small children and don't know what the hell they're doing.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's greed, it's jealousy, it's ego stuff, it's all the stuff you said too, and it's just really ridiculous. And then not to mention creed, color, religion, all the other crap, and we just all. She has a whole pen full of fucking chickens, and they're all sitting there getting along. And do you think the chickens give a flying fuck what color they are?
No.
Yeah. I mean, they're all just sitting there, and it's so cool because I don't know shit about farm animals. I mean, I know what they are, but as far as how they behave and all that kind of shit, and they're all sitting on this perch-looking thing, which is like a rack, and they sleep standing up, just sitting there, and they all get along just perfectly fine. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, if a chicken can do it, then why can't we?
Right.
Right, you know, and I'll give a perfect example about this. You know, when I was at the Trump rally last week.
What Trump rally were you at?
Was counter protesting a Trump rally.
Right? See my media pass.
What is?
Stand up.
We were being peaceful.
Oh, the media thing. Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead, Wayne. Sorry.
Peaceful.
That's cool.
Yeah.
White House press pass. I'm going to say this on air, and yet again, I'm not racist at all way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some dude came up and walked up and called me a nigger lover.
Why? Yeah, we can only get one caller right now, MGTOW. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually thought.
Was it for me? Oh, thank you very much.
I was
Cheers.
good. Yeah.
You know, because is that a Mountain Dew can ask?
Mm-hmm.
I actually brought that
one because I knew.
Oh, do you? I have one over there, but I actually brought that one for Tim because I knew.
Mountain Dew fam, I got y'all. Hold on. I'll show y'all. Give me a minute. I'll mute myself.
You're going to come on.
Yeah.
The Mountain Dew Club.
Yep, Mountain Dew.
There you go. Cheers.
Yep.
So they called you.
I can still.
What's that?
I can still be on the stream and they can see my face.
Yeah, and you are matched. You are matched up too. As
far is it saying?
Yep.
Wow. Are you smoking a joint? What are you smoking?
Smoking a cigarette. What happened to
I'm actually smoking a halfie.
You are lies.
I'm smoking half cigarette.
I'm gonna call your mama right now. Oh.
Oh no, you just knocked down the mic.
Oh dear.
Hang on. I feel like it's the first show we ever done. Period.
Right. You know? It's our first show. It does feel like such that first time feeling, first time on air,
You know what? I miss that. To be honest, I miss that first time feeling of going on air. You know, it was.
Yeah, I mean it's good.
Know, it's cool, but like I was saying, people just want to carry themselves as their pride and their ego, and not realize we're all the same fucking human being, no matter our skin color, our race, our religion.
It's true though. But I think it's really hard for people right now because they want to buy into the division because it gives you something to do when we have nothing.
Right.
Can't go nowhere, can't do nothing.
Right.
And you know what I mean? A lot of things are still closed. Some states things are open. I mean, there's no uniformity at all. There's nothing that is consistent across the board. In one state this place is open, the next state it's not. That type of stuff. I'm like, that makes you wonder. Strip clubs have been closed since March.
That's not fair.
All them poor strippers. I feel bad for them because they can't pay their bills.
That's true.
Probably got kicked out of their apartments.
It's killing the restaurants too.
Killing the restaurants, small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary.
And it's like this. We all need to learn. And me and Scarlet were saying this. And so are you, Tim. All of us were saying this from the beginning. When COVID hit, we're gonna all have to learn how to live together.
Yep.
While you're alone.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
And you know, and the thing is, you know, when we die, here's the thing, I want to point this out. When we die, we're not going to have the skin color that we have. We're going to be bone dirt.
Our
Mhm.
souls,
When we die.
our souls have no color.
No.
And I think people forget that.
Mhm.
You know, we're all one people. We don't have to like have globalism because like, our heritage, it was what makes us unique.
Mhm.
And everybody's heritage has taught the world something important, whether it's food, culture, fashion, um, many different influences. It's just the way sociology and people work. And so to try to
Right.
erase that to one global, I don't think is smart because then that erases all of our different heritages, whether no
Right.
matter what that is. And every heritage is
Right.
special. Every heritage has tradition. Every heritage has
Right.
meaning and history,
Beliefs.
right? Things that are special to them, you know?
Mhm.
And those things shouldn't be erased, no matter if it's like a small nomadic tribe or whether it's, you know, a, you know, recognized religion, shouldn't matter, you know, at this point. Because that's the one thing that we're missing is like allowing heritage to actually move us forward. Because now this globalism thing has people stuck.
Right, and like Casimiro said right here, when we die, we don't take nothing with us to the grave. We are all equal.
Right? That's
Yep.
true.
You know, and someone that just recently did a funeral, you know, was a minister of a funeral. You know, every minister says at a funeral, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Yep.
Because that's what we go back to.
Yep.
That's what man was created out of the freaking earth from, was dirt.
Mhm.
I mean, don't get me started on that end, because I can rant about that for a minute.
Well, we got about another hour, so go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Dylan.
You know, so, you know, when we're made out of dirt, we're made from different skin colors. You know, our skin color doesn't define who we are. It's our first, you know, it's the way we treat others. It's the way that we act towards others, the way we act at our jobs, in the community. So, you know, whether if it's with, you know, your senators, your first responders, which some of that I don't agree with. That's another topic for a different day.
And, you know, and we shouldn't agree with all of our senators and all of our people in government and in our communities. That's what makes community special, is that we all have our idea of what makes community community. And but we all should be active towards making that community a better.
Right. And doesn't the book of Genesis say that God created man in his own image?
Correct. Yep. And so we all are a small piece of God. You know, that's why it bothers me when people are like, oh, that's a new age idea. No. Bible said that. Not new age. Pretty old age.
You know, and everyone tries to throw it out, that's the old law. No, that is the start of us.
Right. We are a small piece of God, a small creation of God, which means we all would have that power of creation, that power of manifestation, the power to love, the power to forgive, you know, the power to withstand, you know, all of these things.
And all of that's called free will.
Right. And everybody can do what they choose with it. But that's what I think is happening right now. We're getting to a crux point where people have to choose. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get it. You know, you got it.
You know, and like I preached at a church this Sunday, you know, I said, you know, and I felt bad for saying this because I'm a white person in a black, you know, all black church.
Right.
Very uncomfortable.
Really?
Because at this moment, Dwayne knew he done fucked up. Okay?
You can't take it.
But I said it doesn't matter of my race, it doesn't matter of your race, it doesn't matter how you worship or I worship or you talk or I talk to people. The matter of the fact is that God gets along with everybody. Christ got along with everybody. Christ got along with the Pharisees. We had to really knock some sense into their head, which words they didn't even understand.
True.
Shut up, Pat.
Pat called you out.
No, Pat's going over here. Preach it, Pastor. Amen. The devil is a lie.
Patrick. Hey, Pat. We love Pat.
She said, hey, Pat. But like I said, in my message, and this is the point that I'm getting to, if Christ can love everybody, no matter of what they did, why can't we do the same?
I mean, sometimes you can, but like the Lord also said, like, draw your sword. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to some degree you can. To some degree you can be a good person. To some degree you can just show a degree of kindness without expecting something in return, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the same breath, you also have to know who your enemies are and when to like draw your boundaries, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Let me ask you a question. How many times have me and you disagreed over the past year that we've been talking?
Every other time.
Yes, a lot. All the time.
Do we let that define our friendship?
Never. No. Have we ever got mad at each other? I don't even think I've ever even like hung up on you before. Like not like purposefully.
No.
Hey, Tila.
His brown face sapphire.
What'd Migto say? Trump was there when the Israel peace deal was signed, and a coin commemorated the event and has everything on the coin: a needle for the vaccine, the cryptocurrency, and a long blade gears.
Really?
Ooh.
I didn't.
And I was just talking to somebody about that at the Trump rally. And they were saying.
When Trump went to Ohio or whatever?
I don't even want to talk about that fucking coming to my state. That's just.
Y'all are ridiculous. Dwayne had this little Crayola side.
I think that was a lot of bullshit this week because of that.
Well, people are shitty and nasty.
And like, okay, I give you an example. After the people left that I was protesting against, there were still these other Trump supporters. So I didn't see with a group of 12, 15, but somehow for my life, these just came out where the hell I was at.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
They start throwing Christian words at me in Bible verses, quotes, and things that Jesus said, and things that people said, and I'm sitting here going like, you really don't want to get me started on this.
Right.
I'm going like, because I told him I will pick you apart, everything you're saying.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we still ended up praying with each other.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's what we should be doing. That's how it used to be. Think about last election cycle. Just even last election cycle. It was so much more civil. Mm-hmm. It was not civil, but it was civil. I mean, families were starting to break up. People were starting to but it wasn't full tilt. No. Like after the day after the election, there was like this like palpable snap, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody's like psyche, mentality, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Where I think people just became aggressive as far as politically. And we never had that before. Because, I mean, think about your whole life. Like, you're older than I am. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a few election cycles. But I've only got to see, and I'll explain this to you, and I think this will give you a better perspective of what I've gone through as a young person. So in my adult voting career, I voted for Obama twice. So I was an 18-year-old first-time voter. Okay. Right? And then after that, obviously, Trump was my third election. Right? Now this is my fourth. So you could see why I've made the choices that I have made. And I used to be a Democrat. Mm-hmm. Because, I used to be a Democrat.
Isn't that something? Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. The Democrat Party up here was very big because the DFL was the working man's party. And I'm sure you remember that living in the Midwest. DFL was a big deal because they actually did at one point care about their workers, the people to some degree. There was always this level of cronyism involved. But for the most part, they would come out and say, hey, we're trying to negotiate you better hours. We're trying to get you better contracts. We're trying to do this. We're trying to do that. Labor unions, whoever it was, Teamsters, ACIU, whoever it was. But that's one thing that I think has shifted is that we don't have those people, and unions are trying to make a comeback lately. I don't know if you know this, especially here. There's been a lot of, write the title of this video down. What do you mean? Write the title of this video down. I don't know. Oh, damn it. Now I forgot what it was.
I don't know, they're trying to come back and make.
Oh, yeah. Right. No, they're trying to. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I know. That was the 90s. But what I'm saying is that now, here's the problem. We've got this whole new, like, cycle of people now who have basically split, where it used to not be this politically charged. It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't like you could get fired over it. You could get beat up over it. You could get killed over it.
Mhm.
You know, people, supposedly up here there was an arson in Brooklyn Center that was supposedly triggered over them having a Trump sign in their yard. Like somebody set their house on fire.
You know, and you know what, and like, here's the thing, you know, is like, when you said everybody, you know, with this last election, like, everyone became more aggressive politically, you know,
wasn't like
and
this.
I really seen that, you know, and I really seen that on Sunday, you know, like, you know, getting called faggots that were voting for the wrong person, you know, because Dwayne was holding up a fuck Trump sign. I sent the picture to Scarlet.
It was this Crayola sign. Somebody else made
It
it.
was Crayola sign.
You know I've been calling it a Crayola sign since I saw it. It's all multicolored and shit.
Bro, it's beautiful.
It looks like Crayola.
Whoever made it was fucking creative.
Mm-mm. Oh, it was
Anyway.
just rainbow colored Trump.
Okay.
When we started getting out of that, we stayed quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're being peaceful. Now, when I have 10, 15 people with guns, machetes,
Good night, Kiss Miro.
swords in their strap, you know, when everyone was strapped, you know, like when I say strapped, they were strapped.
Well, yeah.
It was like an AR, 9 mil, a sword,
Second Amendment.
machete.
Machete. Now look, you can't be bringing no motherfucking machete out. That's where I draw the line. Okay.
But,
Yeah,
you know,
properly holstered weapon, properly carried rifle. Okay. I'm here for it.
People kept approaching two girls. You know, me and my buddy stood in the way and go like, all right, look, you're getting a little bit close.
Well, yeah.
You're being a little too intimidating. And the only thing we're doing is out here using our First Amendment right. But watch this. When, at the end of the night, when these people who are Trump supporters can get along with us, we can actually have decent conversations. They were decent. Like, they were really decent conversations.
Right.
And then the fact that we can join hands in the midst of a fucking pandemic and pray together for safety, strength, peace throughout this whole election, for this whole thing going on, it was amazing. Everyone's looking at me going like, you're praying with the opposing, with the opponent. I'm going like, no, I'm praying with my brother and sister in Christ.
Right, because we need to stop thinking of everybody as our enemy because they vote for someone else or have different ideals. I don't know where this like idea came that we just decided that, you know, everybody who doesn't think like us is trash.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not okay. Yes, some of these ideas can be dangerous, which is why we should be aware, right? But other than that, we shouldn't be saying that somebody else's ideals or what they believe in or how they've come to their conclusions are wrong. I think that that's a place that, like I said, it's only been in this last election cycle, so the last 4 years, that people have even done this. But now they're doing it again. And this was done up in the beginning, and now it's just got progressively worse to where it's just like people are quiet about being Trump supporters. People are quiet about being Democrats. People just don't even want to talk about politics, but yet politics is the only thing anybody talks about. Like, so weird. Like, it's like politically correct, but politically incorrect. Like, I don't know.
Like me, like me, I'm a non-party. I'm not Republican. I'm
Right.
not Democrat.
Dwayne hasn't even been registered to vote ever, but he wasn't old enough to vote. Were you old enough to vote for like the Trump Hillary election?
I voted for Trump.
Oh, did you?
I turned to merch.
Oh, right. But he
So
said
as soon as
one
I
election.
turned 18, I
That's the
registered to vote.
shittiest like first election you could ever have.
Yeah, that's a pretty yeah.
That's pretty shit
Wow.
proposition.
After seeing a lot of the shit.
And that's true,
I
TLO. The majority of the hate is coming from the left.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason.
And I agree.
Yes.
And most of the aggression, because they're the ones who have been out protesting, they've been the ones stopping in the roads, they've been the ones starting shit on fire.
The violence, yeah.
Yeah. Where at least the right has made like, oh, the open, Minnesota protest, the open this state protest. And yeah, they might have went open carry to some of these places, but never was there violence.
Not in the offensive.
No, never was there like an issue until these leftist groups started coming out with their own counter protests and then, trying to engage and trying to create a problem, which I think don't block someone else's freedom of speech. I think that's inappropriate. Every time that somebody wants to make a rally, there's always a counter rally.
Right.
And I get that, but they're becoming almost like counter mobs.
Yeah.
They're not like rallies, because rallies like indicate peaceful activity, but these are like mobs.
Wait, that's hard. Now, was I carrying, like at the Trump rally, was I carrying my buddy's registered firearm? Yeah, it was on my leg.
Well, we're damn near in the wild, wild west. Tilo and I well know that it was like the wild, wild west, and there was no police during these like quote unquote riots or quote unquote protests or quote unquote unrest to stop you or say you had a gun otherwise. People had literally like Mac 10s out like in the air and shit, like for real. So I don't think it matters at that point. Like we're literally like this close to complete total anarchy, lawlessness.
Right, and like when I was carrying, like did I ever put my hand on the firearm? Yes, I did. When people started pushing towards me, that was harm because I felt threatened. I have 10 people pushing up towards me that have another weapon. So yes, I did put my hand on a firearm.
Well, I'll try to find the video, Micto.
Because that's
I'll try to find that.
We're moving. That's because people were moving towards. Did I have an intention on drawing it? No, I showed them like you start doing something fucking stupid and you start reaching, I will reach for mine.
Well, here's the deal. We can't be like Wild Wild West trying to take people out. We can't let people try to like knock us out with like a skateboard like that little Kyle dude, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he can't be shooting people either. That's why his ass is in jail. And that's why, like, you're 17. You're running around with the fucking rifle. This isn't goddamn Call of Duty. I need you to sit your ass down and act like this shit's real.
Now, like, here's my thing. Everyone was trying to say this kid was a hero, that this kid was a vigilante. No, what this kid was a fucking terrorist.
This kid was LARPing. I'll explain what this kid was doing. His mama drove him there. Mama dropped him and his friend off. Like this was like the Friday night like school dance.
Like a movie theater, yeah, right. Or school dance, yeah.
Okay. Let him go with a rifle. Because you can't tell me you didn't see that boy get out that car with that rifle. Okay? What you gonna do? He wasn't wearing a damn trench coat.
Stuffed it down his pants.
Right. Bullshit. So it's like so she let him go with the rifle. Okay, let him go with the rifle. Drops him off with his friend. And they go out LARPing, which is live action role playing, acting like they are fucking G.I. Joe or like I said, Call of Duty or whatever, insert your violent video game here, and thought that they could go out and provoke people. And I'm sorry, you're walking around with the gun screaming things and you don't think you're going to get targeted?
Right, and like here's the thing is like I had people down there that from the group I'm with, and some of the shit kind of written out saying like, "Well, you fucking traitor, get back to your fucking car."
Well, and I've heard that that's what happened to like the little COVID screeners up here. Like they got cussed out and shit. Mm.
You
It's
know,
not
and
good.
like my thing is, like, in my opinion, and I said this, and I will stand by what I'm about
Thanks,
to say.
McToe, because it didn't show up before.
No, it
but now
didn't show up.
Mm-mm. This is the first time we've seen what you said it was called, but boom.
This kid is a terrorist.
Right.
His mother.
Well,
In
his
my
mom
eyes,
should also be charged for
terrorist.
like reckless endangerment for dropping him off.
It's 17, yeah.
And the reason why I say he's a terrorist, he fucking killed
Yeah.
innocent people that didn't have to die. If you kill people that are
I mean,
innocent for no reason,
not for no
in
reason,
my
because they
eyes-
were attacking him, but you can't be a weak ass little bitch. Hold on, you can't be a weak ass little bitch going out to war. Okay, first, number one. So if somebody hits you with a skateboard or punches you in the mouth or tries to whoop your ass, if you can't handle it, you shouldn't have been there. Point blank, bottom line. That's it. That's
Well,
it.
here's the thing.
And you
The
can't just
people that-
resort to a gun as first resort of violence, right? We were talking about that earlier.
Well,
That just
the one
can't be
dude
your
that tried
first
to
line of
shoot him-
defense.
The one dude that tried to shoot Kyle was defending other people because there
I don't
was
think
one
anybody
people
even
that
tried to
got
shoot the
killed.
little fucker. They just all tried to knock him out. I don't even think anybody tried to shoot the little fucker. He tried to shoot at everybody, but I don't think anybody tried to shoot at the little fucker.
No, the one dude that was armed, did pull his firearm out and aimed at him.
Well, there you go.
Because he was shooting.
Well,
Well,
I'll fact check you.
he fired the first shot.
Right. And he's a kid. You're not even legally allowed to have a damn rifle. You're not 18. There's no people hunting license, so there'd be no way you'd be legal. He was from Illinois.
Like if you're randomly shooting people and I'm armed, and I see you randomly shooting people, of course I am going to pull out my weapon by killing you. Or at least
He was open carrying this rifle though. It was a rifle. So like there was no mistaking what this little fucker had. Like he had a rifle. And I'm sorry, you go out with a rifle that looks intimidating.
By carrying it across the line.
Well, yeah, because he wasn't even from, he's from Illinois and went over to Kenosha, you know, and then, like I said, but who the fuck drops their kid off at a riot and is like, oh, honey, I'll go drop you off at the riot. It's fine. Have a good time at the riot.
Just make sure you have your cell phone on you.
Yeah,
so I know
just
you're
call
okay.
me when you're on your way home.
And then his lawyer tried to see him as a hero.
No. See, look, this little fucker's gonna have affluenza or something. Some bullshit's gonna come up, and they're gonna be like, no, he can't be charged. And that's gonna enrage people. It's gonna enrage people.
He was charged. They got him.
But he has to go to trial. And does it make the trial?
I don't know.
Does the jury find him guilty or not guilty? Because he's a kid.
Right. I don't know.
You know what?
Can they charge him? Are they charging him as an adult, or is he being charged as a minor? All good questions. Yeah, go find out. Fact check it, Queen. Fact check it. This is
11 hours ago, Kyle Rittenhouse from Chicago suburb of Indiana
went
faced
from
charges
12
of
to
first
17.
degree intentional homicide and first degree reckless homicide.
So police doing better.
He is being charged as an adult.
Okay.
What's he charged with?
Murder.
He is charged with. I just fucking saw it. First degree reckless homicide and first degree intentional homicide. And during Friday's hearing, today's hearing, Rittenhouse's attorney John Pearson's defense team planned to challenge the extradition by writ as habeas corpus.
Okay, but what are they trying to say that he's not getting out of writ of habeas corpus? I mean, they sent him to jail and he's gonna have to wait till he gets a trial, and everybody else is waiting in line too right now, and it's COVID, and judges have already tried to say, well, COVID outweighs
everything.
Yeah, so that still is, we're still doing it judiciously as possible. So that's their line. So I mean, how do you go against that? I mean, that's
you can't. I mean,
so.
The next court date for him, the judge ruled that the next hearing would be on October 9th, with all pleadings due the day before. Rittenhouse's attorney also requested bring a laptop into a juvenile detention center where the teen is being held, a request that the judge asked to be submitted in a written motion. A judge had agreed in the previous hearing on August 28th to delay the extradition hearing by a month per a request from Rittenhouse's attorney. Rittenhouse was armed with a semi-automatic rifle as he walked Kenosha Street with other armed civilians during the August protests and unrest. He would face a mandatory life sentence if convicted of a first-degree intentional homicide under Wisconsin law. Anyone 17 or older is treated as an adult in the criminal system.
Oh, shit.
The criminal complaint against Rittenhouse said that Joseph Rosenbaum, 36, Kenosha, followed Rittenhouse into a used car lot where he threw a plastic bag at the gunman and attempted to take that weapon from him. Medical examiner found that Rosenbaum was shot in the groin and in the back, which fractured his pelvis and perforated his right lung and liver in his left hand. He also suffered a superficial wound to his left thigh and a grazed wound to his forehead. Rittenhouse ran down the street and was chased by several people shouting that he just shot someone before he tripped and fell.
See, little bitch. Little bitch. Look, you ain't G.I. Joe, like, running around thinking he all Rambo and shit that trip. Like, dude, trigger control. Like, your gun could have went off when you fell, dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
So watch this. Rittenhouse then shot Anthony Huber, 26, of Silver Lake in the chest after Huber apparently tried to wrestle against the teen, the complaint said. Gage Gross, 26, who appeared to be holding a gun, was then shot in the left arm after approaching Rittenhouse. The complaint said Rittenhouse's attorney Lynn Wood said last month that the teenager was acting in self-defense. From my standpoint, it's important that the message be clear to other Americans who are attacked that there will be legal resources available in the event false charges are brought against them. He said Americans should never be deterred from exercising their right of self-defense.
Right? Well, but he's 17 though, too. He's like trying to fight grown-ass people, of which, what if it would have been the other way around? Would the adults been charged with beating up a little kid?
But now watch this. When he walked past the police in Kenosha, they let him walk right past it.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be lawless out there during these riots, man. TLO knows. We were out there. Me, Mr. Tire, and TLO were out there. It was wild. Like, I'll have to show you that footage because we can play it back.
Where I can see the reason why they're pissed, because his police department in his state did an illegal move because he turned himself in his own state.
Well, yeah, now they're trying to extradite him, and now I guess there's an issue with the extradition.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying.
Yep.
So they're charging him in his state, but they're waiting for the Kenosha Police Department still to file their own charges.
Now, are they going to file charges on this fucker? Because they haven't yet.
I don't know.
They said they have because I guess Kenosha has been trying. Sorry, I'm shutting my light off because I do feel like I'm going to have to.
I'm just saying, though, TLO. See, look, TLO came out of the depths of the night.
Did you hear me, Scar?
Right? Like, he knows. Yeah, I heard you, Scar. Are you about to have a seizure?
I'm not having one. It's the light.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay, well, we'll see.
So that's why I'm giving a heads up. But like I was saying, so if the Kenosha Police Department has not filed charges by now, then why are they trying to extradite? Do they have to get him first to press charges?
Yeah, you would have to press charges to then try to create extradition because you couldn't charge someone with Illinois charges with Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Like, how do you charge a Wisconsin court in Illinois courtroom? That'd be unprecedented. But they're trying to do all types of fucking shit because with that George Floyd case, they're trying to charge all the police officers together.
Really?
They're trying to say because it would put George Floyd's family in too much trauma to go through multiple trials. So for the first time in history, we are going to put everybody's trial together.
But here's the thing.
I don't even think you can do that.
Yeah, it's law enforcement. I don't think they could do it.
Has that been put together?
That don't make any sense.
But that's what they're doing, and no one's saying anything.
How the fuck they can do it?
And I don't know, and no Republicans are saying anything.
So I know I'm mumbling. I said I don't know how they can do that.
No Republicans can even fucking.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're basically pissing on the Constitution. Because when you think about it, how can they want to charge everybody together as one person? You're not one person. Like, there are 4 different officers who are being charged.
Right.
So how do you charge them all as one person? That's where I have an issue.
And that's what I said. When I told the Trump supporters that all 4 officers filed for the dismissal of the charges, they were like, no, they didn't.
Yes, they
Like,
did.
then how the fuck do you tell me that all 4 of them walked out of the courthouse doors with no cuffs on them and they're in their home?
They are until a new decision is made because, okay, what they asked for was a trial to be moved out of the county, right, to get it out of Hennepin County, which is the largest county in the state and where the most people are. And so they asked, could they get it out of the county? And then that was denied. And then they asked, could the charges be dropped against individuals? And then that's when they were told that everybody was being charged at once. And I don't even know how you could do that. Where is the precedent for that? And why is nobody talking about this? Why isn't this like the biggest thing since sliced bread? This is what bothers me. I'm gonna really like serious as fuck, you guys. We're losing our fucking constitution because if they charge all these motherfuckers at once, they could start charging like us all at once.
Mob action or just a group or domestic terrorists.
Right. Yeah. And the UN was just meeting in New York, and you want to know what their biggest line of action was? They were combating international terrorism. And you want to know who they consider an international terrorist? MAGA people, you patriots.
Well, here's my thing.
Wow.
And I got myself unmuted in case they can't hear me. You guys can hear me through the phone.
Okay, yeah, right.
So here's my thing. If, right?
You better not be echoing, though. Is Dwayne echoing? Let us know if Dwayne's echoing. Then we'll cut Dwayne off.
If I can't hear myself through the StreamYard, so you're good. Well, that's because my fucking volume turned down. Hold on a minute.
I can't wait.
Hello? That's
See? Thank you. We're fucking up the show, Dwayne.
But here's my thing. If this is a big if.
Yeah.
If they charge all 4 officers together in the same trial because of a family's traumatic experience. Now, I'm sorry.
They're pissing on every other fucking person who's had to go through court and trauma over and over and over again with multiple fucking defendants and shit. That's bullshit.
Let me get my attention. But a rape victim for each rapist has to be in front of each different rapist at one time.
That's what I mean. Like, they'd be bringing like 6 different girls in for the same trial and shit, and they all have to relive that shit together, and they all have to hear all these fucked up stories, and they have to hear all the evidence. But yet these people should be spared. Why are they more special than any other citizen?
Because they're cops, I guess. I don't know.
No, I mean the Floyd family.
Oh, the Floyd. Yeah, I don't know.
Because what they're saying is that they don't want to put the family through more trauma by going through multiple trials.
But it's okay to do it to the girls.
Or any case.
Any other case.
You know, any other case on earth, that is okay.
Yeah.
But this one somehow has special precedent?
I don't know.
Here's my thing. If the charges from when I went to the detective and told the detective about my rape that my dad and the other people did, I would have had to see each person in a different courtroom.
Right.
Not one, but multiple. Because there was about 13 people getting ready to be charged. Okay. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Yeah, they said 20 people, and I figured that was your peoples in Kentucky who got arrested.
Some of it was my people. They're out right now.
Are they? Did she get out?
Yeah, we know how to blow up phones.
Y'all have gotten good to get her out everywhere. She goes to jail everywhere.
No. Hold on a minute. He pissed Theo's off.
Well, I don't know if that's really smart, because, I mean, they might come get you in the white FEMA van first. I feel like you gotta be low key. You don't want to. You know, the nice thing at least here, we're like 2 hours away from the FEMA camp, but it is like 2 hours away.
No, but
We're in
here's my
FEMA
thing.
Region
When
5,
I
but if we
call-
do end up in FEMA camp, you know,
when I
if you
call,
stay in
I-
Illinois, we can maybe end up together. But if
I
you're in
start-
Florida, you're in a new region, and then you're on your own.
I star 69 call. See, here's the thing. Wayne does an anonymous call. You don't see my phone number.
Star 69 wasn't star. No, it's star 67.
Yeah, it's star 67. Sorry, star
It's this
16
child.
did like
Yeah,
fucking years
good
ago.
job.
Star 69 and star 67. But anyway,
Well, because I grew up in a time that's all you had, and guess what? We used to be on bullshit as teenage girls, and you had to catch little bitches in some drama, okay? So you had to star 67 sometimes and block their number and call their house and prank them at times. Or if you wanted to call boys who wronged you, you would star 67 them. Or if you wanted to know who kept calling your house and they were dumb enough not to block it, you could star 69 it and figure out who the fuck it was.
Uh-oh.
you know, but my thing, a nice buzz with that star. That's
Nice.
Dwayne don't know about that shit because he's a child, okay? And they've only ever
So
done
when
that
I
cell
start
phone.
blowing up the jail, when I start blowing up jail phones, and it wasn't just for her, it was for everybody else because I had a whole list of names for each.
I'm sure they gave you a bunch of lists of names. Like,
When I start calling, I start 67. You ain't getting my fucking number.
right. Well,
And
yeah.
then when people like,
But I'm
I'm
pretty sure they can get your number. I just want you to know that.
Go ahead.
Just letting
I'll get a new phone
you
number.
know, Dwayne. That's all.
But here's my thing. I've got good at what I do.
Okay.
You know, but let me say this. I'm just tired of seeing America divided.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think some people actually like it because they haven't never had anything to do,
What about that?
and so I think some of them actually do enjoy because now they have something that they feel they're a part of,
Right.
more so than ever before. And I think that's the issue.
You know, and it's like this.
So then they want to pick a side. They want to choose.
You know, like Trump supporters say that they're for Black Lives. How the fuck you for Black Lives, but when you're out here shouting, all lives fucking matter? Now let me say this.
Well, here's the deal. Black Lives Matter have diluted their... Hold on, stop. Black Lives Matter diluted their own movement by action, right? And that's what turned a lot of people off, so they don't understand what that statement actually means. They also don't realize that everybody's not with the organization who says that. So it's an instant brand recognition that they did a really good job with. That now everybody thinks that anytime you say that phrase, that you're a part of that organization, right? That organization has ties to Act Blue. Act Blue is a largely democratic donation founded source, kind of like a PayPal type thing, but it's all for like campaign finance donations. And when you go into Act Blue, for many different Democratic candidates and people, you can find the records of donations. And these donations are not regulated under campaign finance because they come from like a third party organization that isn't their campaign.
You know, but here's my... And they're out there screaming, Blue Lives Matter. I'm sorry.
Here's the deal. Until police have to change, and they don't, then that's just the bottom line. We cannot exist with this form of policing any longer, and with police just people and police acting like, oh, we don't have to change. Because here's the one thing. They act like they're above the law. And no police officer's ever been charged except for that one police officer who was in, like, I believe Texas or somewhere that shot the dude in the apartment, but she was actually dating him. And so that's how they knew each other. So then people felt like, oh, you're on bullshit because you had to know where his apartment was because y'all was dating. And then they charged her, but she's the only police officer who's ever been charged in all of these, like, police, involved shootings. None have actually ever been charged with any type of manslaughter, reckless endangerment of, lives, or, even lesser charges, not even, let's just say, murder. Any lesser crime that would have to, they have never been charged. And so until police are charged, I think people are going to continue this when we hear stories like Breonna Taylor, when we hear stories about whoever else is going to be next that this keeps happening to, young people, old people, all types of people. It's only going to continue.
When people say blue lives matter, that's not a life. That's a choice.
Well, yeah, it's a job. Like, you choose to be that job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't choose to be black. What? Oh, shit. Dwayne! Damn it, Dwayne. You're alright, dude. Dwayne! Fuck, where's my banner? Dwayne's having a seizure. Shit. Dwayne! 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 Do I gotta mess with your mom, dude? Dwayne! 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 Dwayne, bud, you're okay. Dwayne? Hey, Dwayne? Dwayne?
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, bud. What's up, yo? We'll give you a second.
God damn it.
You're good.
My fourth fucking one tonight.
Well, I know. I wonder if there's like a solar storm or something. Could be.
No, it's probably these fucking antibiotics, god damn it.
Could be the antibiotics. They do make people have more seizures.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. And when you have like an infection, they make you have more seizures. Mm-hmm.
weird.
Well, let me tell you this, the back pain that I have has went from probably about a 6 or a 7 to probably about a fucking 9 or a 10.
Damn, dude. I'm sorry.
Dude, it was a struggle to walk home. Speaking of fucking my antibiotics.
I know. That's why I was like, I'm surprised because I'm going out. I'm gonna go out and have a drink. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Ow! Son of a bitch. Okay, Beth.
Okay, you good now? What'd you step on?
Man,
In your fucking room, dude.
my room was clean until I got sick and I've been fucking laying down and not doing shit because of the back pain.
How hard is it to throw shit in a bag?
Because it's hard to fucking bend down and pick it up.
How did it get there to begin with?
Because I've been fucking stumbling and can't walk straight to my fucking mic.
Okay, but how did it get, like, okay, so, like, for instance, I have this can in my hand right now, right? How did the can get from my mouth to the ground?
Because my TV tray fell over. I have a TV tray in my room.
I don't know about it.
Hold on. Computer! Plug in.
It should- okay.
Yay! Charging.
Okay.
What?
This computer.
Oh,
That's what I was doing. So, I mean, it's been a wild week. It's been interesting for news headlines. I mean, they keep us in a constant spin of stories and rotation now where you can't even keep up.
yes, that's true.
Girl, you know what? And all that fucking started when coronavirus happened because we didn't know what the fuck was going on because all these fucking news stories.
It's been a steady increase, though, since I would say 2016. Because, like, in 2016, and even 2015 when I first started, right? You could talk about a story for like weeks. Like a story would come out and you'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about this." We'd like deep dive it. Like you could talk about it for weeks, and then it became a point where it was like maybe you could talk about it for 3 or 4 days, and then maybe you could talk about it for 2 days, and then now there's like every 24 hours there's like a whole new package of shit.
Fucking damn it!
What?
Fucking Canton won't calm the fuck down. 3 women were shot last night.
See, violence be going crazy, and something's gonna happen eventually. What if Trump's like, we gotta like declare martial law everywhere because everybody's losing their
Dude,
shit?
the fucking FBI is already in fucking Canton.
I'm just saying, what if they end up doing that? That's my
Right.
yeah.
The FBI is already investigating all of these fucking shootings. What else more is there we can do?
We're gonna think of something. Like, cause this is shit.
Can we blow? Can we do a Sodom and Gomorrah on Canton?
Are we in Sodom and
I
Gomorrah?
don't know. That's a good question.
Right. Because that was my next thing that just led me to.
It does feel like we are in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Well, yeah, and are we being punished from turning away from God? Right, Tim?
That could be very plausible.
Because God does say in the Bible, like, you turn away from me, and then I bring my wrath on that ass.
Yep.
Like,
right.
So, and people have become more atheist, less godlike, less God involved, less God centered, less, their decisions are not rooted in faith. That's why I had gotten recently this journal, which I will shout out this author right now because we're talking about it and it's important. And hopefully, shut up, Dwayne! Damn it! Shut up! Okay, so this journal is called Moving Mountains, and it's called Seeking Solitude, Stillness, and Sanctity, and it's a journal for listening to the Lord. It's made by Amy Denny, and you can contact her. No, you do not. You did not purchase this from her.
I have.
Dwayne, I want to see your copy right now. But it's a really nice journal that helps you, like, work out all these things. And it should take you, like, it should, like, end up being, like, a year. And it helps you work through, like, how do you, like, slow down and pay attention to, like, Jesus and, listening and your scripture and, yoga is involved with it too, so you do some yoga practice with this as well. So, but it's a nice, and then you have a journal that you end up filling out, and it's a really nice journal that she made that is mostly, like, moved kind of towards women to some degree, but I don't see why anybody else couldn't use it. But it's interesting.
Scar, I do want to say this. It's getting to the point where it seems like we're going to have to find a pure lamb, slaughter it, and put the blood of the lamb on the door.
The Lord said after that, well, we weren't doing no more sacrifices. So remember that.
No,
so
not a sacrifice. But
that is the sacrifice. How you gonna cut the lamb without sacrificing it?
No, putting like the blood of the lamb on the door to show that your house is pure.
Right. But that means you got to kill the animal to get the blood, Dwayne.
Or you just buy it off Amazon.
You can't just, like, stab the animal and get blood out.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's what. But here's the thing. Like, not actually killing the lamb. That's obviously why we have anointing oil and stuff now.
Right. Well, yeah, and you could use anointing oil. Some people believe that you could just use chalk. You can put, like, Christ may bless over doorways and door sills in a chalk.
That's like, we're going to have anointing oil on hand and start putting the sign of the cross on the door with anointing oil.
That may need to happen, and a lot of people already do that. I've done that. There's a specific oil made by Young Living called Exodus 2 that I like using for, like, anointing oil because it has a lot of the ancient herbs and blends that were used in the Bible. So I like using that.
And, like, here's the thing is, like, Sunday I took the Father Communion, and this is the first time I've done communion in over, like, a year. And, like, being a part of that,
why has it been a year, Dwayne?
Because a lot of the churches I go to now doesn't do communion. It seems like
nobody does communion. I don't go to church if they don't do communion, but I guess that's because I go to Lutheran church, so there's communion. But like, that's bullshit. Where are these people?
I'll say this, when Jesus was talking to the disciples on his I think it was like
turn down your damn phone screen. Wonder why the goddamn seizure gets just right by your eyeballs and shit.
There you go.
There you go.
I can't really see it.
It was bright as shit. Was it not bright as shit?
It's not bright. It's bright to the phone, but my blue light filter's on.
Still bright.
So it doesn't bother me. As long as I have that blue light filter on, I'm okay.
Okay.
How I get away with looking at my phone for hours without having to see
The computer does it
fucking blue
though.
light.
On a lot of time. You might need to get one of those screen blue light filters that you can put over the screen, like the privacy filter kind for blue light.
That's what I'm gonna get for my computer here soon. But like I was saying, you know, when Jesus, you know, at the Last Supper, you know, Jesus was talking about love thy neighbor as thyself.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to this for a minute.
Yeah.
Love thy neighbor as thyself was one of the last commandments he gave us.
Yep.
How is calling people niggers, retarded, stupid, loving thy neighbor? Like, I can look at Tim and go like, fuck you, Tim. That's because I'm just joking around with Tim and I love Tim. Tim's awesome. Or I can look at Scarlet and call
Mike
her
said
bitch
fuck
because
Tim.
we're joking.
Tim's fine.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Right.
because we're joking around.
Right.
So when you're saying it out of anger, or you're saying it out of hate, that's a whole different context. Like when you see me and Scarlet joking around on there and going like, well, fuck you, Dwayne, no, fuck you, Scarlet.
Right.
You know, or when you've heard all of us joke around on air together, you know, like when we were still on Zoom and Scarlet came in being the big boss she is, saying, I'm the fucking boss now, everything's shut down, Dwayne.
Showing down. Okay. Canceled. The Night Talk is canceled, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Night Talk. I'm your new host, Scarlet Anonymous. Like,
you know, it's like this, you know, we're all joking around because what? We love each other.
we do. And that's what it's about. But see, that's what people have forgotten because nobody has a sense of community anymore, you see. That's the biggest issue.
Yep.
You know,
If we regain a sense of community, people sense a gain of belonging, which is why I think they heavily fall into these party things because they feel like they belong
to something, right?
You know, for the first time maybe ever. You know, a lot of these people probably didn't play sports or, you know what I mean, really have that like connection to where now it's like, yes, I have a team. I feel like I belong. I'm on the right side of history. You know,
Right. Yep.
You know, when we were on Zoom, you know, like we just start getting along. And I remember Tim said that if people can get their fucking head out their asses, stop being assholes, everything would be okay.
Right.
You know, like I see Tim on live when he was still on Facebook going like, oh, when he was driving on the highway, oh, there's one asshole.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Right. Because it's getting that bad.
I proved my point, didn't I?
You did. You know, and then Tim also makes you think.
That's true.
You know, so like we all challenge each other because we love each other. We don't challenge each other because we hate each other.
Well, no one should hate anyone no matter their opinions. Like, even Mel has very liberal opinions. Mel and I don't always see eye to eye, but at the same time we do though. Like, so there's a lot of things that you have to just talk to people about to find out where you actually meet up, because you'll find out 9 times out of 10 you actually do meet up closer than what you think.
Right.
Like one of our trolls here on the network. Have you ever had a man?
Oh yeah, he loves Dwayne. He fucking loves Dwayne. He's fucking with Dwayne hard as shit.
Out of me. Probably gonna show up now because I said his name.
He probably is gonna show up. I want to know who it is, but I kind of also like his anonymity. He reminds me of Dick Guy. Dick Guy was the real like staple of the network.
You know, I don't hate him. At the end of the day, I pray for him.
Well, everybody's got to have. We all don't have to get along, right? But we all should have some level of respect for each other.
Absolutely.
So that's the difference where we have to learn how to, I guess, come to terms with. We don't have to be rude to everyone. We don't have to because we don't agree. What, Dwayne? Why you always be trying to cut me off?
Because I was going with what you said. We should all be able to come to the same table.
Yeah.
Down. You don't have to like each other.
No, we don't have to like what the other person is saying. We don't have to agree with what someone is saying. But what we should have is just a healthy respect for the fact that they can say that. because there's going to
You
be
know, now
different
there's some-
levels of tolerance for everybody.
Mhm.
You know, politics isn't just like a one issue type of thing. It's many different issues. Some people vote for certain issues. Some people vote for, you know, what they could do, what this person could connections in the community or what they could do for their community. Some people vote for their financial records and what they think they could do for their businesses or whatever.
Mhm.
Like politics aren't necessarily just a one issue type of situation. People don't just vote for one reason. There's many different reasons to vote, whether that's somebody's platform on healthcare or budget or, you know, foreign policy, military, whatever it is. There's many different facets. And so I don't think there's one right way to be, which is why I think it's very, very dangerous to push that everyone's wrong. Hi, Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie.
How are you?
You know, and like, I'll say this, you know, like all of us at the firehouse when I was volunteering, we all had different ways of doing it.
Right. And as we
You know,
should.
I'll say this,
That's what makes us
I
cool.
had a different way of busting down the door.
Right.
Another person took the rod that is used to bust down a door and bust the door open.
Right.
Me, I love going head first through a door.
Right.
You know, but at the end of the day, even if we disagreed with it, he still set down the same freaking table, or whatever it was, because it's all flat there
Right.
when we were there.
Oh, that's
Cool.
wonderful,
Bonnie's
Bonnie.
We
great.
almost
I
got along.
love Bonnie.
Me personally, for some reason, I don't get along with Mexicans. I can't stand
Why,
it sometimes.
Dwayne? Like, I don't know. I guess
It's
sometimes it could be like an area thing, because like I would probably
it's
say,
working fast food.
okay,
Because they would come in an hour before my store closes and buy $100 worth of food, and I have to redrop
I
it.
mean, I don't care. They're buying $100 worth of food. They're hungry. Okay, like
Yeah.
I feel like that's good business.
Were they tacos?
Right?
No, they were hamburgers and French fries and
Oh, thanks,
That's
Bonnie.
nice.
That's not nice. Bonnie's always so good to us. She always does nice things. Makes us feel good.
And then I would get cussed at because that's for the ice cream machine down and
When is McDonald's ice cream machine not down?
Every other day.
Right.
No, this is when I worked at Burger King.
Oh, Burger King.
Getting fries are done.
Right. Burger King fries are only good if they're hot.
Yeah, I like Burger King.
I like their onion rings. And they're
Absolutely.
zesty.
You know, but like I was saying, you know, like if we could all just come to one dinner table.
Ooh, we had a
and
good
put our
dinner
food
tonight, didn't we,
Mhm.
Tim?
aside.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, me and Tim had good dinner. French fries. Yeah, I didn't make French fries, but I cooked Tim dinner tonight because my honey was running around getting siding and dropping kids off and all sorts of stuff. So it took him like all day and all night to get home because now we live in the middle of nowhere. But
That's for sure.
yeah. So we made steaks, and then I made some potatoes that I had grown at the farm, and then I made some grilled zucchini that I had grown at the farm.
And potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes.
They were
Damn,
awesome.
They were really good.
Damn, that's the best damn steak you've ever had.
It's been a long time, and we went to the butcher to get them. They were phenomenal.
They were.
On the grill.
Dude, especially when they're open fired over a pit,
Yep.
not like on a grill, like natural. You get that kind of that taste from the wood being burned.
Yeah. It was on a charcoal grill, but it don't matter. It was good.
Yeah, I didn't have any chips. I should have put some wood chips on it. I do have chips. Maybe I
That's
should
all right.
ribeyes
It was
full of
great the way it
chips.
was.
I did make one of my famous steaks.
Steaks.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was good though.
Very good. I haven't had a dinner like that in a long time,
Yeah.
for sure.
So I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have a few more like that. So we'll have lunch
Yep.
and we'll have
How
breakfast.
long
It
are
might
you
be
there for,
later.
Sam?
Monday. Monday.
Yeah, till Monday morning, Monday, whenever.
Do you guys want to come on my show tomorrow night?
Yeah, we can maybe do that for a little bit. What time are you doing it? Are you doing it early, like you said you were?
I'm probably gonna go on like 9 or 10 my time.
Okay, so that's like 8 our time. 8 or 9. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
fine.
Off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fine with me, as long as it's not till 2 a.m. or I don't get up at 4:30.
Right. Well, yeah, either one. But you're
Yeah,
not doing that tomorrow.
no,
You can sleep
exactly.
in. Even if we get up at 10, we can still go fishing and
Mhm.
have a good time
Yeah.
and get a good 8 hours and refresh.
Perfect.
Yep. You drink
Scarlet,
coffee.
if you're late
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow, I'm
I'll
kicking
make
your
some
ass.
coffee. What?
If you're late tomorrow, I'm kicking your ass.
Excuse me?
We won't be. There'll be no technical difficulties.
No, now we've got it all figured out. Yeah.
Mm.
We'll just
No,
replug back
because
in.
listen, every show I've done where it's been TLO and Scarlet, TLO has beat Scarlet every single time.
I own the network.
That's tomorrow, Bonnie.
Yep. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. Go catch
Mhm.
some fish and cook them. And then maybe if I have a few green tomatoes, I'll make fried green tomatoes and we'll fry
Oh,
fish.
that sounds fucking good.
It is good.
And we'll have something on the
Awesome.
side. I'll make something maybe, I don't know what I'll make, but I'll make some type of side dish.
Bro, so I want to say something about Patrick, because he's laying here in this little fucker.
Poor Pat.
We went out to the game tonight, right?
Okay.
To beat us.
Beat him.
We were winning for like the first 5 minutes of the first quarter.
Okay. Oh, in this Maslin game?
It was the Mountain game.
Oh, Lord.
We didn't come back and start winning until 4 minutes left in the game.
Oh.
8 minutes left.
Oh, you canned tomatoes today? You know, I've been making tomato sauce a lot, and then I made gumbo last week, and it was really good, and then I froze the
In
rest of the
fact,
gumbo. And then, no, I'm talking now, and Bonnie canned tomatoes today, which is very important. Bonnie's not going to be starving this winter while you're starving, Dwayne. Fuck you. Like,
fuck you.
No canned tomatoes for you.
right. And they're good. I made some really good chili starter.
You don't even like.
Yeah, I made it out of tomatoes from my garden too. Cause you know what? I've just been like coring the top and I've been cutting them in quarters and then I've been them down and then taking the skins out. How dare you? Fuck you, Dwayne. You better get off the computer and quit bullshitting with my shit.
Ho ho ho. That's an ass whooping there.
Watch this shit.
Bye.
Yeah. How you like that, Dwayne?
There you go. You just got blackballed, pal.
Yeah. How you like that, Dwayne? Don't be effing around.
Oh,
Goodbye, Dwayne.
this is a perfect example of how people don't get along.
Right. See, this is what not to do.
Goodbye. I'm here to say.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's important to be self-sufficient. I have a bunch of stuff that I need to like preserve before it goes bad, and that's real. So tomorrow I'll probably have to make pickles or something. I want to make them for everything goes bad. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
No one cares, Dwayne.
No. You know what? I love fucking with Scarlet though because it's funny as fucking shit when we do this because we do this like on my show like so fucking start becoming a bitch fucking but you know what? Fuck you, okay, get out of here. We'll come back and we're like, go end your shit. By the way, Scarlet, I can end your shit real quick.
End my shit, see what happens. You will have no show.
Ooh.
Don't you end my show. That's inappropriate.
What, like,
We're
did
having
it
a
work the
great
one day?
show. Ooh, Italian prune.
Are you talking like I did at work the one day on accident?
Like, that sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
No, you should. I want some. Send me some, Bonnie.
Send some here, Bonnie.
No,
You know how to get a hold of
I
me.
stopped.
I want some. I
I
want to taste
got on
some.
the
Just even a
telephone
small
with Liz
packet, just to
President.
taste a few. See what they're like. I always liked them.
When,
You know, Sunsweet used to make these cherry ones. They stopped making. Shut up.
when I worked at McDonald's, I stopped on with Red and Star, and I guess when I left, I didn't click the X button to leave. I clicked the end broadcast
Yes.
button.
Yes, because if you hit that ends it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I didn't mean to hit that button. I thought I
Because
hit the
sometimes
red
when
X
you're
button.
in here, though, as a guest, it says leave.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's
Like
what
if
I
I
did.
were to send you the link from here,
Mhm.
yours would say like leave.
Okay.
But when you're logged in like as a broadcaster, you get So sometimes you're allowed to come in as broadcast. Then you can just kill it.
You know, but like I will say this, you know, like this is one way to throw the fuck around because we'll set our mics off and everything. At the end of the day, we're fine. You know, like if I throw it. This is one way we fuck around. Pick me up again and see what I do.
You just love them.
Ooh,
soak them in. You know, it'd be good. Or rum cake. You could soak those in rum and then make rum.
You know what? That does sound. You know what? That
or boozy fruit cake.
Yeah, it does.
Boozy fruit cake with those. I like fruit cake. You like fruit cake?
Yes. Soak them in brandy.
Since you're there, it's Clarity After Midnight.
I know. Tim already said it. Ha.
That's when we started.
Tim actually got that in there at perfect timing.
Yep.
It was good.
Yep.
It was good. I know he's been waiting for that.
Perfect. I drove 8 hours just to say that, actually.
Right.
Planned it all.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, we've been having a good time. We're going to continue to have a good time. You know, we're probably going to wrap it up here.
Yep.
Okay.
Am I allowed to call and talk to you, sir, or no?
Oh, yeah, you can call it. Because I think Tim's going to bed.
Or Tim, can I just stay in the phone with you guys?
Yeah, well, I'll be here. We'll be here. So we'll wrap it up,
okay.
Though. We'll see what other shows we do. We might do some impromptu stuff. We'll come on with you tomorrow, Dwayne, and bullshit for a minute and see what's going on.
Tomorrow might be a relaxed night because I'm not trying to stress myself out any more than
we didn't really talk about anything
worthwhile at all.
No, we just kind of bullshitted. No, it was just kind of a fun show.
My show is now like it's a floating fucking form. Scarlet will be searching for something. I'll be on my fucking phone on the computer searching for something. He'll be searching for something. So I'm like, be fucking finding anything while I know and start bullshit together.
Well, we just figured like tonight because we're together, you know, for a show, which is fun and exciting and always a good time.
Yes.
That we weren't gonna pick anything in particular to talk about. We were just kind of let topics flow, kind of let things go, make things work.
See what happens.
Just see what happens. And so that's what we did tonight.
You know what? This turned out, because I was watching the whole thing, this turned out really well.
I'm sure it did. Because, you know, it's me and Tim.
You know,
we do good shows.
That's right.
Yeah, we do quality shit.
When you coming to Ohio?
Oh, you should drive through on the way down.
That's kind of far east. I could.
Is it?
If I moved to Florida, I could if I'm not under time pressure.
Okay. So, I mean, stay at Dwayne's house for a night while you're driving.
Yeah, I have to get back to you. I got a lot. Somebody asked me today if I was doing a world tour because I just was in Florida last weekend.
Remember, because we were doing the hurricane coverage. Dwayne and I were up late to like 4 a.m. because Dwayne and I usually like sit up and like do a show from like now to like 4 a.m. and then we'll just fuck around.
In your fucking ass, left me for the whole fucking night, 20 minutes before I am home.
Bruh, I felt so sick. You don't even know what happened. Like, I literally felt like I was going to die, and I had to lay down, and then I laid down, and that was it.
I'd complain to management if I were you, Dwayne.
I'm thinking about filling out a complaint form.
Yeah. Ooh, we should make complaints at freedomrevolutionnetwork.com, and then you could complain there.
Yeah. And the form is going to be about this big.
Right. And then somebody will get back to you from management.
This big.
Somebody will get back to you from management.
Bro, now let me tell you this. If one of y'all little fuckers complains because I was drunk after I had a seizure, I'm going to smack the shit out of somebody.
Well, yeah, because that was really shit. That's why some people...
That's how fucking Ron left. And I'm fucking pissed. I'm still pissed.
Well, yeah, because it's a medical condition.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not fair.
That's out of your control. It's not... Yeah.
And they still don't want to do anything. Now, he is getting the EEG finally, but it has taken like 6 months and like 5,000 seizures for them to be like, oh, let's look into this.
A year and a half. Go back to last February when I was in the hospital.
Oh, yeah. Coming to America, I went to do the face of it. Yeah. Well, I'll remember that. When we get off MGTOW, I'll try to like screenshot that so I can remember. because
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No,
watch
but
that
Tim,
video.
this
Maybe I'll watch
year,
that before I go to bed.
I've been having these since February of last year. This is my hospital for 3 days. Nothing popped up. I had a seizure 3 weeks ago that almost fucking killed me
True, he did have to
because
go to the
I quit
hospital,
breathing. I
and he
quit
stopped
breathing.
breathing.
My sister had to call EMS. They ran everything besides the CAT scan, the EKG, blood panels, urine tests, everything. Well, like,
Because I told Dwayne, like,
oh my.
why won't your neurologist do anything? Like, why don't they want to get you in for more scans if frequency is increasing of your seizures?
Mhm.
You know, they're
Because there's no
visually
thing.
like
My mom
captured
like
on so
said,
many shows. Like, there's probably been at 1 out of 2 or 3 shows lately, maybe even 1 out of 2, where he's having a seizure. And so it's like it's visually captured. He could go back and they could look at it and watch because it's being captured on video.
Right.
You know, at least the beginning
like,
start
here's
of
the
it.
thing,
You know,
with my mother, they can't figure out why.
that's
They
true
put
too.
me
And
into a
she has up
CT
to grand
scan.
mal seizures, so that's true. They can't figure out why she
Yeah,
has
but
seizures.
Tennessee, remember when I was in the hospital in Tennessee, I had another one in the hospital.
Right.
I was rushed in the CAT scan, the CT scan right afterwards.
Right.
Not a goddamn thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
You've been there for more of them, more than 3.
At least, yeah, at least, Bonnie, at least. There's been a lot of
Ever since
them.
I started having, I think in the total of one night on my show, I think I had 3 seizures.
Yeah, there was one night where you did have 3. That's true. That was a wild night.
Now, the 3 weeks ago that happened, I laid my son down in the room over here, that's diagonal of mine. I went back downstairs. I was sitting on the kitchen floor because it was me and my mom and my sister talking. I had 3 seizures. I woke up, went into another one 5 seconds later. When I went into that one, I quit breathing and smacked my head off. I woke up again. 2 seconds later, I didn't even say nothing. I breathed and back into another one. They got me back into the ambulance in 5 minutes. 5 minutes after being outside my house, had another one in the truck. Got to the hospital, had another one. That is right there. That is 5 of them in a hour and a half time span.
Yeah, that's true.
If nothing gets done, I'm going to have a teacher and my mom fucking cry here for a minute.
Oh, Dwayne.
My
We love you,
fucking mother and my son, my family is going to have to fucking bury me.
I'd be really sad if you died, Dwayne. Who would I talk to every night? Who would call me in the middle of the night? Hey, Scarlet, what are you doing?
My mom.
Your mom would call me all the time. You're right.
Mhm.
At least I would have her.
And
That'd
here's
be
my
really
thing.
sad.
I would too.
Sad. It's a sad reality that I have to worry about going to bed and having a seizure and not waking up the next morning.
Right. And you shouldn't have to, because they should be trying to figure out something for you.
Right.
Just at this point, anything. And that's
You know,
I'm glad that you're gonna be like at least on the road to recovery. And at least I'm looking into something moving forward. So that's good.
if they don't find nothing, I'm going to straight up 100%.
I would go somewhere else or try to come up here to Mayo Clinic or something. Go somewhere else. Get a second opinion.
I'm going straight natural.
Yeah, you could go to natural treatments and things. So, because I was telling him too, kratom can also be used for seizures.
Really?
Yeah. I know a few people who actually
You know,
took it
I'll
directly
start
for
taking
that.
kratom, CBD oil. I'll start smoking weed again if I have to.
Word.
Yep.
I'm here for that.
And like I told Kenzie, if nothing's done by next time when I get down there, I'm gonna be a 100% straight stunner. Like I will be high every day of my life.
Well, you got to do something to control these seizures that these people, for whatever reason, don't feel that they have to control. You know. I mean, there is that.
You know, it's like here's my thing. But I'm not going to.
That's what I mean. Mayo Clinic is great for diagnostics. I'm trying to say, like, if Dwayne wants like the full panel, they'll send you to like 10 specialists in a day if you sign up for Mayo. Like, and they will put you through the gamut of tests, and you won't have to leave the Mayo Clinic system that you just walk through like Skyway tunnels for to see these different doctors, which might be worth it.
The problem is I tried to have that done last year.
Mayo Clinic's up here though in Minnesota. It's in Rochester.
Well, no, I'm talking about this.
Oh, right.
I tried doing that last year after my son was born, and my son ripped 3 of the things off my head.
Yeah, but you need to be doing it in a facility, like in a sleep clinic or in a facility.
You want to hook me up to wires, put a box on my fucking
I know,
plate.
but you could do that at a hospital or in a sleep clinic facility. That's what I'm saying. See, Bonnie, that's what I'm saying. He needs to be in clinic setting in case there is a seizure at night so we can monitor that activity.
That's why I'm going to not a regular neurologist. I'm going to Cleveland Clinic.
Well, yeah, they're pretty good too, but I say Mayo would be better for throwing you through the full gamut. You'd stay there for like a week, and then you have to do all these fucking appointments. I had to do it when I was younger. They didn't find out nothing though, so they're kind of bullshit. But I did find out some interesting for information, like I shared with Dwayne. Like, if you're having an asthma attack and you have an inhaler, you can keep taking puffs of the inhaler because it actually won't affect you in a negative way, but it will help you get out of the breathing difficulty. Yeah, and that's what an asthma specialist. They were like, it's like doing a nebulizer treatment at that point.
If I'm having an asthma attack, if I lay on my chest, it's forced me to take air.
Well, yeah, that's what they're doing with the COVID patients, is putting them chest down on the bed because that makes you like. Right.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you're laying on your chest, and this is going to be the funny thing, because I've done this with asthma attack patients in the back of the truck. When I CPAP them, my partner will stop. Anytime I apply a CPAP, I make the truck stop. I have one partner in the back with me. My driver gets out, comes in the back, and flips them.
Yep.
Because with the CPAP, it's forcing oxygen in.
Yeah, it's controlled central airway pressure. CPAP.
So when you're on your chest, when the air is you're forcing the air in, it's forcing the air out at the same time.
Yeah, you're always pushing it out correctly.
So when I sleep, the only time I never sleep on my stomach. There's 2 times.
I can't sleep on my stomach.
I can't either.
Or if my son's in my bed. But, by the way, my son has started sleeping with me.
And honestly, too, pregnancy screws with you because it makes me sleep on my side a really weird way because you got to think about it for almost a year. So 18 months of my life I've been pregnant, so it makes you sleep on one side really weird. And then when you have the baby, you don't want to crush them if they sleep in bed with you. So you sleep funny too. So then it's like you're always forever perpetually sleeping in bed weird.
And the reason why I'm a good father, and I didn't realize this, Sarah posted something today.
Oh, did she?
Is that when the father gets 30 minutes of skin-to-skin contact with his child.
Yeah, within the first 24 hours, it creates a bond with oxytocin, correct?
So once Julie was done, Dean
I made
automatically
Mr. Tire do that. Like, I made him take his shirt off and lay in the bed and, do all that. 'Cause they give him, like, a little couch for dad to lay on. I don't know what you got. Did you get a chair? Did you get anything?
I think I was able to hold him a little bit.
Did you stay over the night, boy? No.
Wasn't well.
When Dean was born, I kept my shirt on. We brought him up under my shirt and let him lay right here because
kangaroo style, yeah, that's good too.
Yeah, so I had like a loose shirt on where they brought him up under my shirt.
Yeah.
And laid him up there.
And even just naked's good too, with just like a blanket over it. But it's so good for the baby, for oxytocin, any type of skin to skin with dad, mom, anybody at that point who's going to be a caregiver. Yeah, absolutely. It's good for small babies like that.
I still do it with Dean. Like,
well, he's only like 1. He's still like a baby.
When Dean falls asleep with me, like, so this is the fuck. I said Scarlet.
Yeah, we sleep on our side. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't sleep on my back either. Yeah, maybe if I was super hurting or something, but other than that, no.
Dean grabbed his bunny, his blanket, and I sent Scarlet this picture. He crawled up on me, pulled himself right here in the crease of my arm, and he fell asleep right there. And I texted Scarlet real quick. I'm like, and I said to her, she like, did you put him there or did you walk there? He walked from the door. He shut the door. he shut my living room door. Surprising. Crawled up on me, pulled himself up, covered himself up, grabbed his bunny in his mouth, and out.
I told Dwayne, I'm like, he does care about you, and he wants to be around you, and he knows you're his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Well,
he's
when
going
I'm
to want to be with you like that. And so, you know,
Well,
once he realized that, then he started calming down a little bit at night. I'm like, Dwayne, you miss
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
He's little.
Well, no, I
You know?
called Scarlet the one night. I can't sleep with the little fucker in my room because he thinks it's playtime.
Well, yeah, that's true. But if you lay down with him, he lays down.
Yeah, if I have him in my bed and I lay down, he'll either come up on me, he'll curl down either in between my legs or up. He's normally either here or here, but sometimes like he'll get up on my groin area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they always like to have feet, damn babies and feet. Feet in your ribs, feet in your fucking side, feet up your ass, feet fucking everywhere. That's how kids are. You probably haven't slept with any kids lately or your grandkids or anything like that, but I'm telling you, they were wild, and there was feet. And there was feet in your side and feet upside your head, flipping.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
He'll
there.
take his little fucking head, he'll bury it into my fucking pelvic bone, little head, and he'll fucking lay there and sleep the whole night. Like, after he falls asleep, I have to move him up here because I can't put a blanket up over me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These kids be out here, like, trying to interrupt your sleep. That's what's wrong with them. Like,
dude, and you know what?
they've come here to interrupt our sleep.
I'm going to shut up my fiance. And Scarlet was on video when this was happening.
When?
He was playing with Kenzie all day long.
Oh, right. Yeah, he likes her.
He loves Kenzie.
But she has a cute face. And so I could see why kids like her. She just looks like a very inviting, very nice person.
Listen to this. Everybody was saying, because
She
everybody's
looks very sweet.
Now, and everybody went like cuter than Jolie.
Yeah, and I hate to say that. Your baby's cute, but your baby mama ain't.
He got it from me.
I don't. That's how he was cute.
Hmm.
She's not cute. Julie's not cute. We share a birthday, so I resent this woman.
Kenzie and Scarlet.
She's trash though. She tried to whoop Dwayne with the fan upside his head.
What?
Let me explain this to you.
Tell Tim about the pan incident, because after the pan incident, we're gonna get out of here. But
I get down with Hurricane Noah. It's 4:35 o'clock in the morning. She's up. She's home. The gas station's getting ready to open up. And I went like, hey, I'm gonna watch the gas station. I'm on the phone with Scarlet. She was like, no, the fuck you're not. And I said, yes, the fuck I am. Next thing you know, a fucking frying pan comes flying this close to my fucking head.
Whoa.
it was real.
Scarlet asked me what the fuck was throwing at me. I had a frying pan, hot, spatula, a knife, a chair.
And she loves you?
She said she
She
didn't.
hates me.
Yeah.
She said, but this was baby. Not.
Okay.
I'll tell you more, Tim, when we get off here. Because as soon as Scarlet ends this, I'm calling her.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's out of control though. It was wild. So it's like Dwayne's been through a lot. I don't like that woman. I'm a shitless.
Tim, you'll hear more of it.
I don't know how much Tim's gonna hear because Tim's about to go to bed. But what I'm gonna say to everybody else is thank you for being here tonight with us here on Clarity After Dark. We thank each and every one of you. Midnight. Hold on. We thank each and every one of you for being here with us tonight. Thank you, Tim, for coming up here and spending time with me. Dwayne, I am saying goodbye. Damn you, Dwayne. Thank you. You're fucking up my shit. Dwayne.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
Dwayne. Ooh. Dwayne. Don't make me say your whole government on air, because I will. Please stop.
You won't. You don't even know it.
I do know it.
You're going to get another frying pan. Keep that shit up.
I know. Let me just say our goodbyes, damn it, and then you're going to call. So just give me a second, and then we'll bring you back, and then you can say goodbye, and then like we usually do, but since Tim and I are together for once and we're live, let us do this, Dwayne. God, he always does everything.
You're ruining our moment.
We're ruining our moment, our
Jeez.
special friend moment. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for being here with us. If you like what we do here on the Freedom Revolution Network, think about donating to us and supporting our shows here. It's not just Clarity After Dark. We also have the original Red Pill Show with Tim Parsons here. We have the Night Talk with Dwayne Lanham. We're gonna. Hey. We also have the Liberty Librarian Show, as well as we have a new host who's going to be coming soon, Aurora Rosa, and she's going to be doing some readings. I heard Ella's coming back with Down the Rabbit Hole with Elle. So we're getting kind of the gang back together. We're gonna have the new launch finally. Mel said finally we're gonna have the new launch of the website. We're holding Mel to it, everybody. So if Mel doesn't come out with this in the next couple weeks, we're all holding her to it. Oh, Red with Journey into Freedom. Well, Red ain't here. Damn it, Red. We missed you. I didn't forget about her. She's my best friend in the whole entire world. We have friend mugs. I'll show you my friend.
Okay.
We drink coffee. But it's me and Red. Like mugs for each other. It's me and Red. But we have a lot of different shows here. And if you would like to have your own show here, if you have to be watching this and watching the replay, and you're like, hey, how can I go do what these people do, and then go on cool vacations to like Scarlet's house or other people and become friends? Well, you can become a host too. So there is a become a host section on the Freedom Revolution Network website where you can learn about what is included when you become a host, how to become a host, and then there's a contact us form there as well, so that you fill out your information and it will get to me or Mel, and then we'll go back to you as soon as possible.
But I don't recommend that. You lose your mind working here.
What?
The working conditions are horrible.
What? Look, he comes all the way up here and says working conditions are horrible and then does a show.
I'm complaining. Shit don't work. Nobody shows up on time.
Shit don't work. Nobody shows up on time. We're a low budget enterprise here. Okay? We're an up and coming fledgling.
Can't take over the world.
Yeah. Like Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
What are we going to do tonight?
What do you say?
What'd you say, Dwayne?
I spoke that comma.
Oh, there you go. FreedomRevolutionNetwork.com.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. And then pretty soon we'll have our own YouTube video style site, which is FRN Vids. And you can check out a slow version of that doesn't really have anything uploaded, but you can see what it kind of looks like. Don't forget we have our general store. If you have anything that you're selling or you want to sell, let us know. We'll put it on the general store so that you can have freedom and choice with what you're selling, because a lot of people are getting shut down on Etsy and other sites like that. So just stay tuned here with us on the Freedom Revolution Network. Yeah, you can email me, stationmanager@freedomrevolutionnetwork.com. I will get your emails, and I will take any of your complaints, concerns, happiness.
Yep. Come join the club.
Yeah, come join us. And so, yeah, Bonnie, it was great to see everybody together.
Yes.
It was great to do a show with you, Tim. Thank you for coming on, Dwayne. We appreciate you. You can come back now. We'll let you come back. Oh, look, Pam comes in at the end.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Doesn't anybody sleep?
No one sleeps. We're all up this late.
It's awesome.
Tim, like, we're all always up this late, and you're not here. You're not a part of the club.
Guess not.
No, everybody's up this late. And then if we were up a little bit later, maybe Total Vagabonds would be here, and he's from Ireland, and
Yes.
he usually shows
I know
up.
who he is. He's something chat room.
Yeah, he's good Pete.
It is amazing. It is amazing to see you and Tim side by side doing the show.
I know. Isn't it
You know,
wonderful?
it's
Look at us. Oh, we're best friends. Yay.
It's amazing being able to be here and experiencing the network grow.
Yeah.
You know, because, over the past 6 months, wow.
It's
6
been
months
longer
I've
than
been
6
here.
months. We're almost
Well,
in
that's 5 months now.
October, and you started in January, Dwayne.
I didn't start till March because me and Julie broke up in January.
Oh yeah, you did a couple
Oh,
shows.
and
with
COVID
me.
started.
Yeah, and COVID started.
Because
I know, it was right after we launched. We launched in October, and then we had talked in early January, and you're like, "Yep, let's do this. I like it. I like what's going on here."
Yep.
And then, boom, COVID.
Bam.
And we were covering it here first on the Freedom Revolution Network. That's one thing we can be proud of, is that we had cutting edge reporting from everybody who was here, new hosts, previous hosts. You know, we were on top of the situation. We were following all the news that we possibly could to make sure you guys made the best informed decisions. And we'll start having a few more serious shows about what we should be doing, what we should be getting ready to do, just because of the signs that we're seeing. But for now, we're gonna treat at least this weekend like a vacation. Have a good time, enjoy ourselves.
What it's about.
No rules, just like White Claws, no laws. We don't have White Claws, but if we did,
to find a button so when we all touch, we can go we can be like them, like, hey, no cussing.
I know we tried.
I got it. I brought that actually.
You did.
Couldn't get it to work though.
No, once we get a computer though, but hey, that might happen sooner rather than later. But with that being said, I thank you all for being here. Oh, don't apologize, Pam. You're just here at the end of the show.
Oh yeah, no.
We're just saying you just happened to miss
being
everything.
assholes.
Yeah. We love you, Pam. We love everybody out there who came and watched us tonight, and those who will watch the replay as well. We thank you for being here. Dwayne, would you like to say your good night? I get to say mine.
From the seas to the skies, and from the fucked up pedophile state of Ohio. Good night, guys.
That's a good ending. Yes.
Do you like this ending?
Yeah, perfect.
Do you know what mine is?
Well, this is what it was. It was from the skies, the great festival, from the great.
For the Great Buckeye State is what you were saying for a while, and then I let him know that Ohio was the pedophile capital of the world and the child trafficking capital.
Let me read. Relax, let me redo my stuff. The seas to the skies, and from the Buckeye State, Ohio. Good night, universe.
There you go. That's better.
All right, and from the shores of Mary Lake, in the land of 10,000 lakes. Good night, universe.
And rocks and cows.
Damn it, Tim.
Good night.
Good night,
See you
everybody.
tomorrow. I'll be back, asshole. What?
Clarity after midnight.
Yes. Great show.
Clarity after. You guys. So, good night, everybody. Good night, Dwayne.
Bye.
Good night.